All
Oh,
right.
hey, one of our casters is here. Do we want to bring in
Yes,
the
we
one,
absolutely
the
can.
only, the lovely Cosmic?
We can absolutely do that. Let's go ahead and pull on Cosmic and get Mike checked.
Hey, Cosmic.
Cosmic, introduce
Hello.
yourself, friend, while I very conveniently use that time to play with your audio.
I play Dark Souls every so often and try to no-hit them, pretty much.
Oh my God, who even plays those games anymore?
I don't know, man. I'm stuck with them now.
Cosmic, thank you for joining us today. Seriously, it means a lot.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Cosmic, can you either get close to the mic or turn up your mic?
I will turn it up for you. No problem.
Okay, because I had you at 175%, and it was you're barely getting into my range.
Okay.
I still gotta figure
alright.
out how to make
I'm a little louder on Discord now. Is that any
Ooh,
better?
there
Yeah,
we
that
go.
actually works great.
All right, perfect.
Eden is higher than G, right? Oh, lower than G. Never mind. Wow. Okay, so that being said, we're about to get started. We are going to
Nice.
our runners today
Got all the runners
for the
pulled up
finals. Our Cheeky Blinder, Eden Issue. Should probably like make these people go live, actually. Eden Issue, Gimme Dopamine, and Goes on Ghost. I will say Eden was throwing a little bit of smack talk on Twitter earlier. Your headset just died.
Oh.
Zero's headset just died. Oh man. Are we gonna hear Zero over like a webcam mic now?
I blame it on me, to be honest. As soon
Oh,
as I
hi.
join,
I
it
think
breaks.
we're good now.
Yeah, oh, you got it working? Got it working? Cool.
Nice. Yeah, we're good. We are good.
Okay. All right, so we can go ahead and let the runners know that they are good to go.
Sweet. I have got them all pulled up because I am a prepared streamer today.
Oh, buddy,
goodness.
more than me. About that. So
It's all a front.
one thing I did was that's we're gonna do 30 lines there. So one thing I did is I actually turned off my actually we'll probably bump those higher. But I turned off my personal time like chatbot timer things. Because it got a little bit of feedback that I was spamming chat yesterday. So we're gonna try not to do that.
I did notice that the stream elements was posting a lot yesterday.
Yeah. So my sincerest apologies to everybody here in watching the stream and in chat. That was not my intention. I don't have that many timers usually. We just had a bunch of them. Otherwise, like I'm gonna be sending you like one giant wall of text. It's like it just doesn't seem like it's very good that way. So,
Okay, all of the runners, I think, know.
all right. So Cheeky has
That's
started.
very
Eden
good to go.
started. Dopamine Goes on Ghost has started. Everybody's started. My lord.
Fantastic. I may have gone into Cheeky's chat and just clicked Control V to try and post like, hey, you're good to go and start whenever you're ready, and then just posted like a link to just like a link.
All right.
That
So
was fun.
we just had 3 simultaneous kills of the
Oh my
werewolf.
God.
The wolf. Is it a
Oh,
werewolf?
totally in sync. Look at this.
I think it's a werewolf. I'm just gonna say a werewolf.
It's the good pupper.
Oh,
Good boy.
Pixie, welcome
It's
in.
the
Good
oh
morning.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Burnout Pixie, hi.
Hi, Josh. How are
Hello.
you? Hello. How is everybody today?
I have coffee, so I'm doing well.
Oh,
I
me
am
too.
Swell.
And swell. Oh, goodness.
I have decaf coffee.
Yes, we did. I did make a multi. I'm gonna copy that link very conveniently, paste it in chat. If you hear lots of sounds, I'm so sorry.
Eden and Gimme at past ladder percent.
Who? It said one of these is offline. Live.
So I assume by now everybody knows about the new skip that was found with that lovely clinic doggo.
No, I am
Yes.
I am blissfully unaware of these things.
Oh, junkie, it's so cool.
You can skip
So
the
the-
dog.
Yeah.
No. Well, like, kind of. You use the dog for a skip, and this is obviously not usable in no hit because no hit is glitchless and no quit outs and all that good stuff. But Giant Cookie Jar discovered that this doggy he can push you through walls.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
He has a grab attack and he can just push you through the wall.
Basically, you can go from the start of the game to the forest.
With the forest is in
Really?
on your way to
Shadows.
Shadows?
Yep. It's lots of fun.
Why would
It's
you
pretty-
want to go that like directly to Shadows? Unless you want to get Shadows out of the way and then
Speedrunners, man.
Yeah. Well, with speedruns at this point have skips that disable Shadow's AI completely, so you might as well just skip half the bosses and then disable a boss.
well, well, let's talk about that one for a bit, right? This is not like Shadows is not an easy boss, and whenever you say they've got scripts to disable the bosses, disable Shadows in particular, are you saying like they're running a separate script to alter the way the game works, or are they getting the Shadows boss into a particular state before they enter?
Yeah, they enter so I believe Shadows, the fight doesn't begin until you like enter the fog gate, and then their AI gets triggered, and that's when the fight begins. So if you enter the arena in a different way, that doesn't involve walking through the fog gate, like jumping over a rock or something, for example, then the Shadows will just stand there. I don't know if you've seen Abyss Watch's skip in DS3.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
very
the exact
similar,
same
yeah.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
exact same thing, basically. And Shadows will just stand there. They don't even have a health bar, but you attack them enough, they'll die, and it'll act as normal. So it's
Well, I
pretty
mean,
crazy.
a lot of the Dark Souls 1 cheeses where like if you're talking about the Capra Demon cheese or you're talking about the Manas cheese, it's the same thing. If you attack the boss from outside of the room and you're able to land hits on, well, I mean, even the Sif cheese is the same thing. If you attack the boss from outside the room, they're just going to stand there and they're going to have a health bar like a normal mob, and you could still just kill them that way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Shadows have a health bar above their head. I know they definitely won't have one at the bottom of the screen if you do the skip, but I'm not sure about above their head. But I do know that they do still have health and they will die as normal. But I don't actually think there is a visible health bar at all.
Oh, you know what I have
that.
not done? After I said I was going to do it, I was going to play some music.
Ah,
Oh, while we're getting started here, I just want to take a second and remind everybody that we are doing this whole tournament is for charity, raising money to save the kids.
Save the kids.
Really,
Okay.
really cool. I think we have a banner that goes up on screen as well. Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
See, Zero just summoned it. Look at that.
You guys are freaking awesome, and we've already just destroyed the $500 goal. We're at $750, and that's amazing. So thank you all very, very much for that.
So I
Really
would
appreciate all
like
the support.
honestly, I would love to see us break the $1,000 goal, because that
I
like
think we can do it.
that already
Oh.
like sets up next week's tournament, the Souls for Souls, for a lot of success.
Oh yeah.
And Cosmic, you were gonna say something.
I can't remember. I mean, I just said easy for the goal.
Oh, easy. Got it.
I think.
Can y'all hear
is
the
a
music?
gas coin right now.
I mean, I agree with Backflipius. We should get Lambos for the kids.
You can deliver them to my house, and I will drive them to the kids. You can definitely
Wonderful.
trust me, 100%.
I mean, it
Looks like
sounds good to me.
The only person building Saw Spear here is Cheeky. Eden's gone with Cleaver, Ghost is Cleaver, and Gimmy's also the Cleaver. I don't know if Cheeky uses the spear for the rest of the run or just for Gascoigne. Because I use the spear until Gascoigne, so because it saves you going back to the Hunter's Dream early,
And then you switch.
Mhm.
and then you switch after Gascoigne to the Cleaver. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what Cheeky did yesterday. Oh, I really like what he did there, where he shot the zombie and moved it a little bit so he could, ensure he hits all 3 with the Molotovs. That's pretty nice.
That is clever, because they have running past those things. They have an instant attack, and
They're kind of like the rats from DS3, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Like
yeah, definitely.
if you're in front of them, you're liable to take a hit.
Yeah.
All right, so if we have we posted on the social medias that the tournament's happening? I have not, because I've been very slacking this morning.
I also have not.
All right.
Yeah, guys, if y'all are following us on social media, if you feel like sharing, it really goes a long way. Just to get the word out about the tournament and what we're doing here. It's really cool.
Gimme also on Gascoigne at the moment.
And Eden's actually locked in now.
Eden's
He
already through
is
gas can.
indeed. And Gimme is just finishing up. There he goes.
All right, I'm almost there.
We've got 2 Gascoignes now as well.
Cheeky got shot through the tree, so he's gonna reset.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
damn. Yeah.
Like literally, he
Man.
put the gun inside the tree and then got him. Like, come on, Gascoigne.
Okay.
Why you got a wall hack like that, man?
So I just posted a link in chat. Feel free to like, retweet that, comment on it, do all the things. Let's get the word out there as much as possible. We want to definitely have as many people who are interested in these tournaments as possible. Zero Salt is much quieter than Junkie. Zero Salt is currently muted.
His headset broke again.
Zero's like, what's great? All these dad
Not
jokes.
talking.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My beautiful son, who is not a human, he's a cat. He was having an event. We'll just call it an event.
A temper tantrum.
He's a very needy and strange cat, and he demanded my attention temporarily.
As someone who also has a needy and strange cat, I fully understand that and empathize with you.
So
The dog
I'm
is
taking-
fine.
I'm
Strangely.
looking into my mic settings, and there's just nothing I can do to boost it more. I wish I could.
Or it could be that Junkie's just too loud.
Do it? Me?
Huh?
Well,
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
too quiet. Everyone else is just too loud.
Exactly.
I have Zero Salt show, Zero Salt _ at 200%
Get the name
volume
right.
in Discord. FYI, like literally, it's the highest it will go. Zero's like, dang it, it's on my fault.
Fuck.
What if I do this? Oh my god, balancing audio levels
It's so
live
hard.
on the fly.
Imagine.
Maybe Junkyard down
Junkie down.
4.7%. Do you
Make it
understand?
4.73 just to be precise.
I could turn myself down a little bit.
Good morning to chat.
4.73.
How about that? Is that any better? Am I toned down just enough?
Just enough. Perfect. It's lovely.
We can't
Eden
have.
has a
Let's
hit?
be real.
Eden
Does
has a
have a
hit.
hit recorded. Indeed. I did not see that.
Okay,
Did
can we get a
anybody
clip of
see
that?
where the hit was?
Perfect.
We're all distracted. We're being horrible casters right now.
I know. I'm just.
Super
I wonder if
We're getting the ball rolling here a little bit.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
So yesterday he took a hit in Old Yharnam as well.
He did.
Dun,
He got
dun,
the
dun.
stored roll.
That was his only hit, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Cheeky is going through the reset now.
Yeah.
What? What? Oh, there it goes.
So it looks like we have Gimme, who is locked in. Ghost is locked in. Eden is locked in.
And Cheeky is restarted.
Yep. Cheeky's on his first restart.
Guys, these runners are absolutely amazing. If you are not currently following them, you got to go follow them up. They're so incredibly talented. On top of that, very good entertainers.
They are wonderful entertainers, and they're so good at Bloodborne, they almost make me feel inadequate at just everything in life.
They do make me feel inadequate.
Just everything, not even Bloodborne. Just like...
Pixie.
Yes.
Pixie, I heard that you were going to start running this game.
Oh
Hitler
boy.
pretty soon.
Well, that may be the propaganda pushed by big blood pharma.
In other
don't
news,
have anything
Eden
for
on
that.
Bloodstorm Beast.
How about that Bloodstorm Beast strat, huh?
Eden knows BSB very well, as long as
Oh,
she's
yeah.
jumpy. This fight is a lot more precise than I feel like most people think it is.
It kind
Is
of looks
it-
like you just throw the pungence and then wail on her back, but I feel like there's so much more that can happen.
Yeah. The thing about BSB is she won't always... You can go for a charged R2 on her back, and if you haven't dealt enough damage in between the previous heavy R2 that you did, she won't do a proper stagger. If that makes sense, it's quite hard to explain.
You have to like wait for the cooldown, kind of.
You have to. It's kind of a cooldown, yeah, but there's also like a damage threshold you have to meet, so that's why a lot of runners do 2 R1s randomly when, like, you could very easily go for another charged R2 in that time, but you go for 2 R1s because if you went for a charged R2, she wouldn't stagger. And, like, it's not the end of the world if she doesn't, but it's just, obviously enemies, when they're in a stagger state in Bloodborne, take twice the damage, so it's best to get as much as that as you can in that fight.
One thing I want to ask is if we can get a hit of any and all clips of any and all hits for the runners. Also, anything that y'all find to be really exciting in a respective runner's run. Maybe they have a close call. Maybe they finally no-hit a boss after they've been struggling with it for a while. Then, those are also really great clips as well. And the reason why I bring it all up is because we're working on a highlight reel for the tournaments that we're running. And any of this information that we can get to the editors faster makes that highlight reel come together a whole lot quicker. So that would be tremendously helpful. If you can't, no big deal. But it just saves us a whole lot of time in regards to watching VODs over and over and over again.
He is restarting for the second time now.
Blinder?
Yep.
I may have just posted my information in a random Discord saying, hey,
Nice.
This is a Bloodborne channel, right? Y'all want to come watch a tournament?
I mean,
Oh my god. I mean, it's
the
a charity.
problem. Yeah, exactly.
I want a button on my stream deck that I click and it literally spams Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the Discords I can possibly get myself not banned in, and that kind of stuff. What's the reason for Cheeky restarting? Who wants to take that one?
So it's explained a little bit, but pretty early in Bloodborne, there's a lot of different RNG heavy spots, especially leading up to the Gascoigne fight. So runners are allowed unlimited resets before the ladder in Yharnam, and then up to 3 resets before they finish the Gascoigne fight. And it lets them kind of control the RNG that they're getting in these areas and allow for a fresh start early on in the game, so they don't have to worry about early game hits, essentially.
Flippy's too fast for Zero.
Flippy is the fastest clipper in the West.
That's right.
I have
Let's
never
call
been able
him
to beat him in clips.
back.
You could call him Black.
Back
Yeah,
Clippius.
Back Clippius. Yeah.
Back Clippius.
Cosmic
Oh
high
my
five me,
Lord.
virtual high five. Oh my god.
Y'all know that these are like as bad as my puns, right?
You know what?
No, these are like solid 3 out of 10. Yours are
But
not.
Junkie, I think the
4 out of 10.
smugness, the smugness in which you deliver them just makes them like that much worse.
So we
I
have
don't know. There's
Ghost
confidence
on...
behind them, though.
We have Ghost on Bloodstarved Beast, and Ghost is the only runner I believe that doesn't do the pungent. Ghost just fights BSB straight up, which is
I
very
love this.
interesting. I love it too, because you actually kind of get to see some of the moveset.
It's actually
very
pretty
nice.
Too.
Yeah, it is. Eden
It's kinda-
already deleted Amelia from the game, I believe.
Yes, he did. I was watching that. It was flawless. But fighting BSB is kind of like, it's actually really similar to the Pursuer in Dark Souls 2.
Oh, do tell.
It's, well, like the same way that you avoid the attacks from BSB, it's the same way you avoid attacks from the Pursuer in DS2. You just kind of just walk to the right and the hitboxes won't get you. It's one of those bosses that if you do have to fight straight up, it's not the hardest thing in the world. It's not the end of the world, you know, it's not like, oh god, the run's over. If you've got to fight the Pursuer in DS2, it might just take a while, but like the hitboxes on the attacks are not very good. And provided you have like more than I don't know 14 adaptability by that point, you should be totally fine. So they're quite similar in the way you deal with them, and they're not the hardest fight in the world if you had to do them normally. So
Interesting. I don't think I've ever made any comparisons between Dark Souls bosses and Bloodborne bosses in my head like that.
Yeah,
'Cause
whenever
they-
you start to draw those comparisons, you start to see just how similar like the games are.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
oh yeah, definitely. And Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne, they're
Yeah,
probably the two hardest to compare as well.
I think the thing that's closest between them is the blood vials and life gems. But in terms of
Consumable
design, they
healing.
feel, you know, super opposite. Eden being the speedy boy again. Already
Did-
making his way through the woods.
Did somebody tell him that this wasn't a speed run? This is definitely a no-hit run.
I don't think he can help it. I think he's just, you know, he goes Mach 5 the entire time.
It's in his blood.
No
Haha.
brakes on the Eden train.
I'm trying to get my like layout set up, and it's just a complete mess. All right, I think we're good now.
It's an ongoing struggle.
I read the
Did you
short
have
list.
enough coffee this morning, Junkie?
I mean, if you just want to like come over and like deliver it intravenously, that'd be tremendously helpful.
Oh, well, once I get it myself, then I'll drive all the way out there. It's only like a 16-hour drive.
It's only a 16-hour drive.
I know.
Okay, let's see. Now that I'm starting to think about this, I can actually like highlight runners in the middle of like boss fights. I do want
Yeah,
to say,
we got Gimme going into the Gramelia.
yeah, I do want to say thank you to Zero Salt Show for sending over the nice border. The last tournament we had this like kind of techno-color shenanigans, and this one's a bit more tame. I do think we need to like put some backgrounds where the names are, but other than that, we can fix these things.
it's a learning process, and
It is.
you guys help us out a lot with that.
Indeed. Indeed.
GG for Gimme as well.
Yep.
Believe it or
Very
not, we are
clean
not in
textbook.
fact professionals.
Oh,
What?
we're not professionals. I mean,
What?
Okay, okay, I'm a professional, but
Blasphemy.
you know, I didn't want to speak for everybody.
back Flippius, thank you for the host.
I mean, I for 100% sure am not a professional, but I think you guys probably could have guessed that at this point.
No.
No,
You're a professional in SAS.
I am. My greatest skill in life is not being able to take anything seriously.
So Eden's next fight is Shadows, which I've done a couple of any percent no hits of this game, and I can absolutely safely tell you that Shadows is by far the hardest of any percent, like by an absolute long shot. But I know Eden plays super aggressive, and I don't think I've seen him be hit by Shadows recently, so he's pretty consistent. Hopefully he can get through them again.
He's one of the very few runners that takes a hyper-aggressive strat that is also
Mhm.
super consistent on it.
What makes his hyper-aggressive strat super consistent on Shadows? Do we know?
It's like there's usually if runners take it really slowly against Shadows like I do, sometimes they're looking for parries. So they'd run around and they'd wait for a very specific attack from one of the Shadows, and they'd focus entirely on just dodging fireballs or whatever's coming at them. But they'd also just wait for parries, so they're looking for one very specific thing. Eden kind of just whacks them until their health is what he thinks is at the threshold. And as long as you don't go absolutely crazy with it and you still have stamina, you have plenty of time to react to fireballs and even to the other melee shadow if he's close to you. It's by no means easy, but Eden's just good at the video game, so
Yeah, he's very
Eden is just that good.
he is.
He has spent probably hundreds of hours on Shadows alone, just learning every
Oh, yeah.
scenario and animation, and so it's practice makes perfect for sure.
And for those that
Cheeky
weren't
on
here,
Gascoigne too.
oh yeah. And for those that weren't here yesterday, Eden casted in the afternoon, late evening for him. And he was saying he spends at least 2 hours a day practicing just Bloodborne. Not even streaming it, just practicing different boss fights and making sure his strats are right and perfecting his technique for the boss fights. And Ghost, I know, does something very similar as well. She spends hours and hours every single day of the week just practicing this game over and over and over again.
Yep, it's dedication.
One thing I know about that is, like, whenever you're practicing these games hours and hours and hours, like, it's easy to kind of get into patterns, and so you gotta think about ways, how do I change this up, how do I make this a little bit easier. So there's like there is practicing to get better at the game, but there's also practicing and finding ways to make the game easier. Like there's like getting consistent part, but there's also kind of trying to create like a whole new strat that makes a boss fight easier or makes a running section less risky, etc., etc., etc.
Cheeky is now locked in. He just did Gascoigne. Very good Gascoigne too.
We're gonna highlight Eden. We actually called this out yesterday, in the middle of it, where Eden is like super fast at Shadows, and everyone else I don't want to say like they took their time, but they approached it kind of in a much more cautious manner.
Yep.
So Eden took a Beast Blood pellet upon walking in. So does he use 2 pellets on this fight then? Do most runners do that?
I think most do. I think the second one he'll pop at the transition.
I see.
because he can get a lot of free hits on one of the shadows, so it builds up the meter.
It's
I'm
interesting
not
that you bring that up
cer-
because he's right up against the transition right now. So the next
Yeah,
hit,
there
maybe
we go.
2, will probably force it. Yep, and he just popped it.
Because for transition, I pop a pellet and then I do the riposte. I do the visceral, just like Eden did here. Oh, he didn't do the
Super
visceral.
cool.
Well,
Yeah, it's a nice transition.
one of the things to note is like some of these boss fights are just so difficult that doing something like riposte, while it's more guaranteed damage. Something like shadows, where you have another shadow for the boss, another boss shadow, can do like a flamethrower attack while you're in the middle of a visceral. Can create a very risky situation where you come out of a visceral where you have invincibility frames, and all of a sudden like that flamethrower style attack is still going on. So once those invisibility frames drop, you're now getting hit immediately with no potential way for you to avoid that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's always a risk, which is why Eden's strategy is probably actually one of the better ones, because as long as you have control over the situation, which again obviously is not easy at all, you aren't running that risk of getting iframes straight out of a riposte. With the transition in particular, it's very rare to have fireballs coming at you or to have a flamethrower coming at you, because usually by that point they're like, because the shadows stagger obviously when they transition, and then the snakes pop out their head. So while they're in that stagger, they're not doing any attacks. But no, it is a risk there to be iframed. It's happened a few times. I've seen it to a few runners before, but sometimes the extra damage can also be worth the risk as well.
That's a fair point.
If you spec mainly into skill, because Bloodborne runners typically do one or two things. They usually spec more into strength or more into skill, and riposte damage scales with skill. So if you are specking into skill, you'll do way more damage with a riposte than people who don't. So.
Well, you know, it's talking. Oh,
go
go
ahead.
Pixie, sorry. No,
No,
you,
no,
it's
no,
fine.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, you, please.
Oh, well,
Josh.
yeah, if you
No,
insist.
no,
I was
no.
just going to comment on how I'm, looking at the runner's strats. It doesn't appear anybody chose to rock the formal attire today.
There's no top
whereas
hats.
In the last tournament, we had the runners. They were wearing the ties and the button-down shirts. So maybe they wanted to go for maximum, personal comfort for this in order to, increase their ability to focus. I want to know the strat that went into this.
Well, when you look so fancy in game, you don't need to dress up in real life.
That's a very good point.
Looks to me like Cheeky and Ghost are both using the spear
Nice.
over the cleaver, so that's interesting. 2 runners with cleaver, 2 runners with spear.
I have such a soft spot for the saw spear.
It is very nice.
Well, I mean, the other thing that's nice is then you don't have to do the thing where you pick up 2 weapons in the Understream, where like if you mess it up, then you can miss the cane, because the cane is used for like the what is it, the upper cathedral ward kill on the brain sucker, right?
You can do that with the saw spear.
Oh, really?
But
I think you have to do a jumping attack, don't you?
yeah, you have to do basically it's like a running L1, which is just awkward as hell to pull off.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe we'll see some of that.
Eden is on ROM right now as well. He's taking out the spiders on phase 1.
Yeah.
I think
And
Eden got a perfect ROM yesterday, so let's see if he can do it
He
again.
did get a perfect ROM yesterday. Yeah, he one-cycled it. I think he was the only person to one-cycle ROM.
He's doing this +6, but I know that +4 is actually theoretically possible to do the 1 cycle. Because for a long while, Colmer was doing it.
Really?
And I think it comes down to how you spec, like Cosmic was saying, in skill versus strength. because the R2 will pull Rom out of the transition, and you have to do a certain amount of damage in that transition phase to pull her out of that. So it's better to spec into strength for this fight.
Ooh,
Might not be better to spec into it for the whole game though. So it's kind of an interesting it's an interesting balance.
Yep. Queen Rom.
Nice, Rom.
Perfect one cycle.
Feel free to yell at me anytime somebody's in a boss fight, because I'm looking at like Discord spreadsheets, OBS, the stream. I've literally got 5 windows up that I'm constantly going between.
Jeez, Junkie, why don't you focus on
what?
your own tournament?
I know, right?
I pulled up the runners. I didn't even pull up the hit spreadsheet. Oh my god, I'm being a bad host.
Bad host.
I can't believe I've done this.
Man, Cosmic, you and I got the cushiest job. We just get to sit here and talk.
Yeah, sit here and watch. Yeah, it's great.
Don't have to do anything.
Hey, Zero, do we for next tournament should we find some from some different hosts?
No, I just unseated myself.
Just kidding,
No,
just kidding.
We'll just give them more work.
Dang it. I mean, I should be
hit them
watching
with
and
the-
clipping and stuff, you know, but
No,
No,
well,
in all seriousness, y'all are fantastic.
you guys too.
it's all tongue in cheek, of course.
Of course. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like,
all
sure
say.
it is.
I
The
mean,
viewers
that's
have the
what-
best
You're
job.
trying to figure out how to cast in the next tournament.
Eden dropped to get the Cathedral Ward key early. Also, Gimme in Shadows right now as well.
All right, second shadows of the day.
Now, if you want to watch, if you want to notice the difference between Eden Issue and the other runners in regards to shadows, this is a perfect example. Not that like Gimme Dopamine is not really good at this fight or anything. It's just the aggressiveness with which Eden plays this particular fight, I think, really stands out compared to other runners.
Yeah, I think with Shadows, I think both taking it extremely slowly and extremely quickly are both just as effective, honestly. The only point, obviously, we raised earlier was the riposte or the visceral, but you don't even need to go for the visceral. You could parry and then do an R1 to do crazy damage as well. But, yeah, no, it's definitely... The important thing is not getting hit, so...
As we saw yesterday, Gimme is also amazingly consistent.
Oh, yeah. Gimme's run was fantastic.
Very nearly had the 0 hit all bosses, and then I guess it was Moon Presence that
He got hit by the eye attack.
Oh, the drain. I
From-
guess he
yep.
didn't get the combo.
Yeah. So he didn't quite stagger Moon Presence out of the setup basically for that attack.
So it looks like Gimme does 3 ripostes, which is the same strategy that I know a lot of runners use. If you do 3 viscerals on the katana, he is in threshold. So you just know, you don't need to count your hits on him or anything or do guesses. You just all you need to do is count your viscerals. So now you should, yeah. Oof, that was a tough situation there though.
That was.
This is why people hate shadows.
Oh yeah.
Just a note, we do have Eden going into the one. Which fight is this?
Parl.
That's
Dark
Paul,
Beast
yeah.
Parl.
I only
It's
saw
the
like
electric doggo.
electric
Uh,
doggo.
Okay.
You don't
just
even give a
dies.
chance to do anything.
That's right.
Well, it's just dead.
It's just dead. It's just you just walk into it and completely destroy its hopes and dreams, everything it wanted to do in life.
Good night, Parl.
Good night, Parl.
So now Gimme is trying to look for window. He's trying to separate them so he can get some damage on the fireball shadow at the moment. That's why he's just kind of taking it really slowly, just trying to separate the two melee ones.
One thing to note is that Gimme has a split named pre-shadows and shadows,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
goes to show like how consistent some of these runners have gotten at like large sections of the game.
And I mean, Shadows is the kind of the tipping point for the game.
Yeah.
I do.
It really is for a lot of runners. Shadows will make or break. Oh man, this
that
whole
was close.
situation is just not fun to watch.
Oh, okay.
He did it
That
though.
was
He did it.
terrifying.
Just the loop when he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of fire going on in that phase transition.
Yeah, there was,
Oh
and it
my
was
God,
all in
yeah.
that corner.
Run activated.
Run activated indeed.
GG,
Oh.
gimme. And that goes to show that, you know, when you have enough hours in this game, situations like that would catch a lot of runners off guard. It would freak me the hell out, even not doing a no-hit run if I got caught in a situation like that. They just kind of play it off. It just is what it is.
We got Cheeky on BSB. We're gonna have Ghost and Shadows in the second as well. This is a beautiful BSB. Wow.
Indeed.
Textbook.
So I think Ghost also plays slow on Shadows.
Yeah, she plays it very methodically.
Yeah. Ghost is one of the runners that I think set a lot of the standards for kind of runners in the past 2 to 3 years as far as how to fight these bosses, but she took a lot from the runners that started running Bloodborne. So runners like Gimme and Squilla, K-Dub. So she took a lot of those methods and then kind of translated them. So
Yeah,
it's an interesting mix to watch her because she's aggressive but not hyper aggressive.
Eden on One Reborn as well, taking out the maidens. One Reborn is one of those fights where you just got to be careful. When you're up top, he can shoot at you. So you've got to just play that part slowly, listen for the boss. Audio cues are quite important in One Reborn, which I don't think is common in Bloodborne. Having proper audio cues for attacks.
Gimme
But
just waved
Reborn
to
is-
us.
Hi, Gimme! Hello!
Oh, he's gonna sneak up behind Yuri. He's probably not gonna kill her. He's gonna let her do her own thing, but
Frickin' Yuri is the
Oh,
real
man.
boss of Bergenworth.
Yeah.
yeah. She's got her vape in her tentacle hands.
Duh.
She's kinda like Miko, but she might be harder than Miko, honestly.
I think she is. Yeah.
She might be like way harder than Miko.
Yeah, I would agree. She is way harder than Miko. Yuri proceeded to destroy me for almost 2 solid hours at BL4. I had to
GG for Eden.
very nicely
Nice.
done. Who is heading to Miko now?
Yeah. Gimme is going to be fighting Rom in a moment.
Mhm.
Oh
Ghost.
man, Rom.
Ghost almost at transition. Also, Ghost has blood bullets right now. I'm not sure if that was intentional or...
I know she uses them on, the arcane run a lot. Maybe it's just something that she's started doing.
It
Might just be
could,
habit.
yeah, it could be habit. I'm not sure though. I didn't see her do the blood bullets.
I didn't see her either. I just noticed it there.
Hmm.
Also, Cheeky has a hit on his...
Oh man,
Oh, he does.
for Bloodstar Beast. I wonder if he got hit by like the poison aura or something.
Can we get a clip of that?
Because we were looking at it and it looked textbook.
Yeah,
Wow,
dead.
yeah, I feel terrible for not seeing any of these.
I mean, yeah, we were focused on it.
Sometimes these smaller hits in tournaments like this, they happen in like the background.
Yeah.
So you know, we're watching 3 boss fights at the same time, and one person will get grazed by a beast on a run to a boss.
Ghost on transition on Shadows now. She's nailing it there, though. Yeah, she got
Okay,
that.
we're gonna focus on Ghost here for a second.
And she's got it.
Okay, now let's.
Nice. Wow, 3 no-hit Shadows. Very nice.
That,
Which is
that
really
goes, Yeah, it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
and that really goes to show kind of. I feel like I'm fangirling over these runners, but I kind of am a little bit because just being able to no-hit Shadows is such a technical accomplishment on its own, but being that consistent where you can do it 2 days in a row,
cool. For sure. For sure.
it's amazing.
Cheeky's heading up to
Alright.
Amelia.
So I found Cheeky's hit, and he was walking by one of the, you know, like the small beasts in Old Yharnam.
Mm-hmm.
He got the instant attack while he was walking by one.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He was
I
going
think that's
down.
the same. That's the same way Zafra got hit yesterday.
I would not be surprised. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a pretty common early game hit.
We saw a hit like that similar for Lefty as well.
The only way to avoid it is to preemptively roll. As far as I'm aware.
Yep. I was kind of like I said, we're watching 3 boss fights at once, and then some beast somewhere just grazes them.
Mm-hmm. It looked like the most casual hit too. Like
Oh man.
When,
Little
if
beast
you
was
weren't
like,
really
"Eh,
paying
here you go."
attention, you wouldn't even notice.
The character didn't even flinch. It was just like, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Even his reactions to it was just like, well, that happened.
Yep. The most casual hit that's ever happened.
Mhm. Nicely
two hits
done
in
on
Old Yharnam.
Amelia.
Now we're punching a spider.
Woohoo!
Aw,
Punch it
Ron
in the
doesn't
snoot.
deserve This.
My favorite activity.
Boop the snoot.
She's such a
Boop the
she's a
snoot.
cutie. What did she
Shit.
do to deserve any of this?
Well, I mean, she ate the umbilical cord of a great one and turned into a great one.
You know, but
Hey.
is that
That-
seems like a little judgy, Pixie, to say that that's a bad thing.
And oh man, sorry. My lack of culture is showing. Oh god.
Who are
What
we
is
to
with
judge the
this
morality?
game? These games and spiders and faces. What's the deal with that?
Oh my god, that's a good question.
Eh,
You got Juke's Dear Freya, where you can play
That's
football
true.
with
God.
her 2 heads.
And the butt lasers.
Then you've got Patches, who is a spider with the head of Patches.
That
Also,
Ah.
beautiful ROM.
Very nice.
textbook.
Gimme with the 1 cycle as well. Are we gonna see 4 1 cycles today, guys?
I mean, these runners are insanely consistent. Ghost might use Molotovs because she did do that yesterday. But we'll
man,
see.
I am clipping and tweeting and clipping and tweeting.
Junkie, you're doing a fantastic job.
Ghost is on ROM. Eden gonna go into Mikolash in a second.
Is he gonna get the good RNG? The forbidden.
The
Phase 2
speedrun
RNG.
RNG.
What's
What
the
do they call it? Do they
speedrun
call it
RNG?
Swedish RNG?
I have no idea. Speedrun RNG. Oh
Oh, what's the puppet
Straight
doing?
Oh, god, those puppets.
no. I would have got hit there. I'm not gonna lie. I would have thought the puppet was dead.
The puppet's just jittering. Look at that.
Weird.
What's going on?
I don't think it's dead.
I think he,
Eden turned to look at it a couple of times just to make sure. He was like,
as it was doing the like fall down animation.
hi.
Thing about these
Man.
puppets is usually when you kill an enemy, the health bar disappears.
Mm-hmm.
But for these guys, it doesn't disappear quite as fast, so it makes you think they're not dead.
These puppets, man, they might be the worst enemy in this entire game.
I mean, that's the whole reason. Yeah, it's the whole reason people drag Mikolash out into that vestibule thing, because they just don't
Like, I
want to
know
deal with
people-
the puppets in that room.
People don't like winter lanterns, but dude, the puppets, they'll give people nightmares.
Oof. Barely.
Winter lanterns, I feel, are just
Oh, did-
more annoying than anything else.
Didn't need.
Yeah, you just gotta ignore them.
We're gonna zoom in on Eden on this fight.
So he's
Does-
going
I
into
don't-
second phase here.
I don't know if Eden does the plunge, or if
He does do the plunge.
He does do the plunge.
So Eden's plunge is super fun to watch because it squishes Mikolash down the way he does it, and God, it just makes me happy to see that little fuck
It's
squish
like a
down.
bug.
I
Yes, you
know.
got the speed button orange. Oh.
Hmm?
I don't.
Yeah,
think so.
on the
he
route
doesn't.
that I did, I plunge him from where Eden is standing now. You squish him in front of the doorway that he's running to, and then you can roll into the doorway to stop him from running through. With an uncharged R2, he won't aggro. So then by that time, you can do a charged R2, and then he'll just die. Like he doesn't. You don't even need to throw any knives at him. He just dies.
All right, watch this.
Plunge can be scary though.
It can be.
I
Gotta
love
do
these Mikolash cheeses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eden basically did the same thing that I did. See, Eden didn't do what I usually do for the start there. I extend my weapon for the first attack so that when I do the second L1, it like the L1 attack makes the weapon longer again, because the L1 wouldn't have hit him there for Eden, because it would have
sorry.
made the weapon go in instead of out, basically. So, just another little minor detail that I think is good to know about Mikolash. I always personally extend the weapon first because it does the same amount of damage with the cleaver. And then the first L1, he will stagger, so he won't jump back. But for the second L1, you can jump back, and you won't reach him unless you extend the weapon. So.
Oh, okay. Ghost
Eden-
got the
Eden
one
weapon.
cycle on ROM, so very
Ah,
nicely done.
Nice. So what you're saying is your weapon is longer than Eden's, Cosmic? Is that what we're gathering from this?
I mean, I haven't compared. I have no idea.
Josh, are you
interesting.
Yeah, are you curious? Is that...
are you
Well,
trying to figure out if you should
let's just
reorder
say-
your list or not?
Let's just say I'm taking notes, all right?
I'm just jealous
Ah.
of all the love Eden gets, you know?
I mean, we
There might
can't
be a
all
new-
be
a
that
new
beautiful.
Eden in town. There might be a new e-boy.
I feel like we might need to upset the e-boy order.
So Cosmic, how you doing?
Oh man.
I'll see you with a later bracket if you don't mind. I'm just gonna go for a bit.
I'm just gonna. I'll call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Oh god. I
God.
didn't think you could make that worse, but you did somehow.
It's what I do. What can I say?
Josh, I feel like we have a very similar talent in the fact that we can always take things just a step a little further.
Oh yeah, there's- you know,
It's already past the line, and we'll just take it a step further.
it's that easy.
Exactly. Because why wouldn't you?
Okay, so Eden is almost done with any percent at this point.
Frickin'
I mean,
speediest boy.
We started less than an hour ago.
I'm gonna go into his chat and be like, "Can you slow down? We need some more content."
We'll
the
just
bathroom
send
or
him into
something. Go eat-
DLC again. We'll
go eat
see
lunch.
Orphan Akos again.
Eden got hit.
Eden
He
took
did,
another hit.
I see backflipius. Oh, the puppet dance. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Little
doing.
special Bloodborne moment.
Only on Bloodborne.
We got the wet nurse. Which, by the way, like I don't want to think about that very much.
The wet nurse? How
Yeah.
she would nurse the baby of a human and a great one?
This thing doesn't look fit to be a wet nurse for anything. This is, look at that.
What
She's got
do you mean?
scythes in her hands and
Have you seen
The
this?
scythes are just giant toys for the baby.
Those are the surgical swords. In case
I
it
see.
gets
Oh.
ill.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The caring swords of love.
Hey, look, she has 2 free hands, so.
Don't you mean 4? No, wait,
Does
wait,
she
wait.
have 4?
She.
She actually has 2 hands that don't have sides.
Oh, I didn't even.
If
That's
you look
the
on
first
the
time I noticed
sides,
this.
what looks like her wings, basically,
Yeah.
those are actually arms.
Man, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. These boss
Man,
designs
so-
are insanely intricate, and this is true for all of the Soulsborne games.
Yeah, honestly,
Um,
every single boss has like some sort of detail that
Yeah.
you don't notice for so
Oh, the
long.
nightmare phase skip. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Eden dodges
Oh.
quite late for that. I guess that is a lot more generous than I thought it was personally.
It's a surprisingly long window, I feel like.
Mm. Also, Eden plays this fight quite aggressively as well. He punishes a lot of attacks that I don't often see runners punish. Because there's
Well,
two main ways. You can fight Wet Nurse as well. You can lock onto her and punish like very few attacks, or you can do exactly what Eden's doing. And they both work just as well.
Wet Nurse kind of feels like a Dark Souls boss in Bloodborne. Like, I don't know.
Could you imagine if it was in Sekiro, trying to deflect that
Oh my
flurry?
god.
Oh
That'd be
my
pretty sick.
god.
Ch-ch-ch-ching.
That would be amazing. That
It
would be
would be.
something
Like, that'd be
Sekiro
on a
could
whole
do,
new
though.
level.
Wait for somebody to
should-
just mod that in.
Yo.
I think it'd be a great
Ishin
idea.
has a similar attack, I'm pretty sure, where he like
Yeah, the
fills up.
Old Man Ishin.
Old
Yeah.
man Ishin.
Old man Ishin.
Old wet nurse.
Don't you mean Glock Saint Ishin?
Clocks.
No, we're talking
Guru of guns.
Pajama Ishin.
Ah,
he
Ishinashina.
Yeah.
That is actually my favorite boss fight in all of these games. Emma and Ishinashina. God, that fight is so good.
Flippy, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but my god, what a comment.
Can we get a clap in chat for
Well,
Flippy's
somehow,
comment?
somehow I don't think that's supposed to be human. I don't know what makes me think that, but I just have some sort of inkling that I don't think Wetness is supposed to be human.
So Wet Nurse is not human. So there's some interesting lore behind Wet Nurse, and we were kind of talking about this yesterday about how Wet Nurse is one of those bosses where like you come up against it and you realize that it's kind of the final boss for the game, and it feels so underwhelming until you realize that it explains what's going on in the world in the nightmare. So
yeah, it's the lore boss.
it's the lore boss. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know
It's,
how.
it's the Vati boss.
It is the Vati boss.
Body boss.
Vati beat the boss for the first time, and he was like, "Oh my god, it's all coming together."
It all makes sense now.
45-minute video on this.
So essentially, what it is Murgo, Queen Murgo, died in childbirth and lost her child.
Yeah.
So the Great Ones, and her child is a Great One because she was impregnated by a Great One. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Wait, I'm so
Odd.
confused. I'm trying to pay attention, and I'm also trying to
He
use
just
my
hears the word
7
impregnate,
arms.
and he's like, "What?"
So what? Wait, what's going on?
wait, what?
Do I need a mute, Pixie?
Nah.
Anyway, you were saying.
Anyway, so Murgo gets impregnated, dies in childbirth. The Great Ones assign the wet nurse to her child to basically raise it as a Great One. So Murgo's wet nurse is not necessarily a Great One, but kind of like a slave or
like a mediocre one.
Yeah, she's a mediocre one.
Like, she's a decent
So-
one.
Exactly. So that's why, she only has 6 thighs instead of 8.
Okay.
And she doesn't have any eyes. All of the Great Ones have, like, a lot of eyes. That's kind of their
eyes.
trait between all of them.
They can see.
Oh,
They
good
can
night,
see.
cleric beast.
So I'm gonna have to like actually. Wow, we have so many fights going on at the same time. I'm gonna actually have to like sit down and like read through this lore once I get like,
There
30
is a literal book of lore for Bloodborne. It's like 200
I like
pages.
Book
It's
of
insane.
Yore.
man, oh man.
Of yore.
Yeah, I have next to me. I have the collector's edition of Dark Souls Remastered and the trilogy compendium that came out fairly recently. I'm looking for that Bloodborne one, but it's so expensive.
Oh, in chat, Posh Vulgar, you are correct. It's Thumerian Queen Yharnam gives birth to Murgo. And Murgo is the Great One. I got the names mixed up.
One interesting thing I just noticed about Shadows. For the runners that start with the spear, the charged R2 when your weapon is extended is a stab, right? It's not a
Yeah.
swing like the cleaver, so
Oh.
they can't start the fight with some free damage on.
Yeah, unless they want to go for like an R1 or something, but
Yeah.
That's
not a whole lot.
interesting. How much do you think that changes the dynamic of the fight?
probably not much.
Yeah, honestly, not much. Especially if you kind of just hit them like Cheeky is.
Mm.
If you go for ripostes or viscerals, sorry, it might change it a little bit, but I think the only reason people really do it is because it quite literally is free damage.
Did Eden just delete Cleric Beast already? Did we miss
Yes.
that?
Yeah, he did it.
That 3-second boss fight?
Friggin' Thanos snapped him out of existence.
Can we
okay.
tell Eden just to change his name to Thanos?
Just for the tournament. And then he can change it.
Thanos issue.
Thanos issue, right? Or Eden Snap?
Eden Snap.
Now we're talking. That sounds even like he would be. It sounds like a boy band name, actually,
It kind of does.
which I think would be great.
I mean, isn't Eden like the cutest streamer on Twitch?
At least top 5.
Undeniably.
I think Cosmic Born's pretty alright.
Rob Ox, welcome
Well,
in,
you know.
friend. V cute, don't you mean E cute?
Oh god.
I'm sorry. Oh man, somebody's gonna ban me from Twitch for that one.
It's me.
Drop the hammer.
Even McRaptor's cringing at that one. Jeez.
And that's a joke he would tell.
So Cheeky is at transition now. I think he's just trying to separate them because they're very close together at this point.
And transitioning them when they're all grouped up like that is very scary.
Yeah,
A lot
you
of stuff can go wrong very quickly.
You want the fireball guy to be way further away from where he is. You want him to be as close to the big gravestone. You want him to be as close to that as possible. And I'm surprised he went for it there, but I guess he's far enough away.
Not going for the fire paper, looks like. Oh, didn't need it. Yep.
Did
really
pop
super,
a
super clean.
beast blood though. Yeah.
I still do not know how beast blood pellets work. Beasthood pellets, whatever. The
basically
things.
RTSR.
Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, it is RTSR, isn't it?
It's like a scaling RTSR.
It is, yeah. It boosts your damage, but also boosts the damage that you take
Mhm.
in return. So.
It's like the Pontiff rings. The more you hit somebody, the more damage you do, but also the more damage you
Yeah.
will take in return.
So it's like Pontiff Ride-Eye Ring plus Red Tear Stone Ring.
Exactly.
I can't say anything without the context of Dark Souls 3. Apparently, I'm
I
a
was
one-trick
gonna-
pony.
Hey,
I'm
nothing
the
wrong
same
with
with
that.
Dark Souls
I
2.
understand everything in Dark Souls, parlance.
So any of you true diehard Bloodborne fans, I apologize.
Is that McRaptor that I see in chat? And the reason why I call that out is because McRaptor next week is hosting a fantastic tournament where you're going to see a lot of Dark Souls 1, 2, 3 and Bloodborne and Sekiro, if I remember correctly, going on. And they're raising money as part of Souls. The term is called Souls for Souls. And they're raising money for COVID-19 relief on behalf of Save the Children. The reason why I bring all this up is because we are also raising money for that same charity organization, and we are $250 away from our $1,000 goal. Now, we want to definitely try to hit that today, and that will lead into a very, very successful, I'm absolutely sure of it, tournament that McRaptor's putting on next week. But you're going to see a lot of runners playing a lot of different games, and all of them are very, very good. They all are very, very skilled. But this is all towards helping children who desperately need help and are particularly impacted by COVID-19 that's going on. And we say the joke about the kids getting Lambos, but really like $10 can feed a kid for 10 days. $25 can feed an entire classroom of children. So it's a very, very beneficial thing to do, and this really helps out these kids because they might be impacted by losing family members, not being able to actually get the schooling and education that they need because schools have shut down basically all over the world due to the spread of COVID-19. So all this benefits those kids, not just in the United States, but worldwide. So if you're able to donate anything, 50 cents, and up, it's definitely beneficial. And thank you so much for taking a brief moment out of this tournament to hear me out.
Yeah, I mean we're here, we're having fun, we're raising money for a great cause. You guys have been making that possible. Really, genuinely, we could not be doing this without you guys, and y'all are making a really big difference in the world right now. And we're having some good entertainment as well. All right, we got bosses being deleted on screen here.
Stream Elements, don't post my link.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Is
click the
OG Junkyard
multiply
trying to
one.
take a cut?
I'm not trying to take a cut. I don't want your money. Well, I do want your money, but not right now. If you got money, donate it to the kids, not me.
Junky's trying to get himself a Lambo.
I'm trying to get myself a Lambo, but not intentionally.
We just saw 2 bosses get erased from the game instantly.
Oh yeah.
We just
got
saw
Ian,
Amygdala get destroyed. And Ghost
Parl as well.
Parl, yeah.
These poor bosses, man, never stood a chance.
Yeah, I remember when I first played Bloodborne, I fought Parl. I'm pretty sure I fought Parl just before Gehrman, so every other boss was dead.
Oh man.
And Parl just died in like 7 hits. I was like, well, I think I was supposed to fight him a bit earlier.
He's actually a really hard boss if you fight him, when he's at his most difficult. He's a hard
I've
boss.
always said that Parl is not the boss, the camera is.
Really?
Honestly, I can never control the camera in that fight. And because of how hard it is to hit his limbs sometimes, and with the camera shaking about everywhere. Oh, pretty sure it's called the camera beast by some people.
Does anyone know how to turn off in Streamlabs it posting my tip link?
Probably be in the default commands.
I looked there and I can't find it.
Well, I'm no expert, unfortunately.
Yeah, I also could not tell you.
All right, now I'm gonna poke around here for a second. Y'all tell me when something cool happens.
Well, we got a Miko fight going on from Ghost.
Dude.
I hear Ghost absolutely loves Mikolash.
Is that
Definitely.
sarcasm?
I would never be sarcastic. This is very serious.
That also sounds.
Meta sarcasm.
Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure everyone loves Mikolash.
I love his noises that he makes.
It's a tragic boss, because honestly, I think they could have made him something so much cooler than what they did.
What?
I feel like they could have used him being able to go through mirrors a little bit more.
Perhaps. He's like the Mad Hatter. That's what he reminds me of.
Imagine how heavy that cage would be.
Oh,
Top of
God.
your head.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the neck problems?
Oh god, I think about that sometimes when I see it. Especially
I
all
woke up
the
with a
skeletons with the things on their head.
yeah. You think he can take it off, or is it just on forever?
Well,
Sure,
it's all a
just
nightmare, right?
used to him.
Do you think he takes it off before bed?
Nope, sleeps with it on. Showers with it on.
One cycle ROM.
Very nice. 4 for 4.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Rom has been textbook today.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tiny bit of RNG in the one cycle bit of ROM as well, but you can still do it with the worst RNG. Like she can take she can take a few steps back, and if she takes a few
I
steps
see.
back, it's just free hits, and she
You
just
just have to be ready for it.
yeah. And you can still one cycle her without her doing it, but it's really good if she does. Almost guarantees that you get it if she does.
We're gonna get a throwing knife cheese here by Goes on Ghost. Easy clap.
He deserves it.
Oh, the mirror dance! I'm excited.
We're gonna flip over to the One Reborn fight that Gimme Dopamine's going through.
Gimme is he's just throwing out another super
Yes.
consistent run.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Easy. Damn,
Like,
he didn't
he
even go
makes
to the other
this-
side.
He makes this game look like cozy and easy.
It's just a casual playthrough of Bloodborne. No big deal. It's nothing special.
Like I watch Eden and I'm like, man, I don't think I could do a lot of the highly technical stuff he's doing. And like, Gimme's doing technical stuff too, but at the same time you're watching him, you're like, man, this looks cozy.
I think I could probably do this.
Oh, so Ghost has both the cleaver and the spear.
Just
Oh,
missed
wait.
the squish.
Oh, no.
Wait, does she do one with Arcane and one without Arcane maybe?
I would expect she uses the spear for Arcane.
Oh.
Is this intended? Is this her strat?
Yeah, I think it is.
Damn.
Oh god, that's so scary.
This is oh my god.
What is this?
I've seen this.
Oh my god.
Oh!
So this is fighting Mikolash in the cage.
This is the intended. This is how you're supposed to do it.
Yes.
Man, look at that.
It is not fun, and there's some weird RNG he can throw off when he gets in here.
Oh my god. I couldn't
I
do
don't
that.
think-
No way.
I don't think this is faster, and I don't think it's easier. I think she just does it to be a show person.
Yeah.
That's a
amazing.
flex.
There's a certain boss fight in Dark Souls 2 where I do something to be a flex person, but I guess you'll have to see that.
Oh my god. When might we be able to see that, Cosmic?
During McRaptor's Souls for Souls tournament.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
how
is
about
that is the
that?
perfect place to showcase a flex.
It is.
Man, I love the way
Also-
Ghost runs because she does certain things that just appear to be done like on principle, you know.
There's a determination to it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Eden-
Ghost is one of the few runners that I feel actually really likes Mikolash. She likes the boss fight, she likes the lore. So I don't necessarily think it's a flex fighting him in the cage as much as she just enjoys fighting him in the cage. It's fun for her.
Yeah, Eden on Abritus right now.
Oh man.
Oh, I think he reposted her too early there. I don't
Got
think
it
he
done
meant to do
anyway.
that. Oh, I must be behind a little bit. Nice, he did.
Well, I have the streamer's advantage.
That is very true. Yeah.
That's right, you have a direct feed, don't you?
I do.
I went for max preparedness, and I've got all four pulled up in a window, like all side by side.
Oh my god.
It's like the freaking Matrix over here.
Abritus is one of those bosses that becomes so much more difficult on BL4. Like the difference in difficulty between being leveled and BL4 for Abritus is
man.
insane.
Don't tell me that. She's up next on my list. I'm not looking forward to it. I have to get through Amygdala first, and then I'm going up to Upper Cathedral Ward.
Well, I hate to say it, but
God.
Amygdala is also one of those bosses that is a lot more difficult on BL4.
Actually, Amygdala is surprisingly easy at BL4, but the biggest difference is once it gets to third phase,
Oh
the
yeah.
reach of its attacks doubles because it literally rips its own arm off to hit you.
Mhm.
Weird flex, but okay.
right?
The last giant wannabe.
Right?
Pulling a last giant. It's like, just leave your freaking limbs on, all right?
So why do you have to rip them off? Please no.
I think Ghost is going. I think she's going back to the dream to level up before Wet Nurse. Either that or to get plus 10. She's getting plus 10.
Probably plus 10, yeah.
Avian's out of chocolate and I'm out of coffee. What does this world come to?
Oh my
Or
god.
coffee. I'm very excited about this. And a granola bar that's just sitting on my desk currently.
Gimme-
We got another Miko fight.
Yeah, I love how Gimme watches some of the cutscenes. He watches the best ones.
I wonder if he actually like is paying attention to them, or if he's just hanging out with chat during the cutscenes.
Now,
Okay.
Ghost watches all of the cutscenes in her normal runs. But the reason she does that is she actually turns off chat. She turns off all streaming on the
Mhm.
side for her boss fights.
Yeah, I did that for Shadows, but I
Oh,
didn't
that's
do it for
smart.
all of them. It's very
Yep.
good. Yeah.
So it gives her a minute to set that up and to get prepared to go into the boss fight.
That's
Because
super
for me,
smart.
I'm super easily distracted. So even if I don't see, even if I don't look at my other monitor and read the message, I see my chat move, and that's enough to distract me.
Right.
Like, I'm so easy to distract. So
Yep.
it's a very good
I
idea.
am too. I feel like a goldfish some days. I can't keep a thought straight and I'm just sitting there picking rocks. You know, one of those
I
moments.
don't know why I found that so amusing.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I
I'm
thought-
sorry,
it's like a
guys. My cat's
Burnt out pixie, rock picker.
rock picker.
Goldfish. A rock picking goldfish.
Rock picking. Have you ever just sat there and watched like goldfish or just some fish in general? They
Like- slurp up a rock and then spit it out. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
they get confused halfway through and see another rock while they already have a rock in their mouth and try to eat that rock.
This
I don't
sounds
know.
to me like you're just bullying fish, to be honest.
Okay, this is gonna be strange, but I used to have a fish that was a very large fish. It was like an Oscar fish, and it used to do that, but with goldfish.
Oh. Oscar
It
fish
was-
are so cool. You can actually train them to do things.
What?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they're in case y'all wanted to learn about Bloodborne. No, this is a fish informational stream now. And did you guys know that Oscar fish are actually cichlids, which happen to be the smartest variety of small fish?
This is true. They also prefer brackish water instead of fresh water or salt water.
I'm gonna interrupt the fish comments for a second and say
Yes, please,
thank
OG Junkyard.
you to Anonymous for donating $20.
Thank you very
man.
much.
Nice, thank you.
The mysterious gifter of money to the kids. Thank you. That's a lot of
So,
food. That's genuinely
That
a lot
is
of
a lot
food.
of food. And if you guys,
It's a
I
big
know a
deal.
lot of people are hard up right now as far as money goes. Some may have lost their jobs, gotten furloughed. I know McRaptor did a quick poll the other day where almost 40% of our community itself has been affected in some way by the coronavirus. But if you have any money, even if it's, 50 cents, a dollar, it all adds up and it all goes to a really good cause.
Yeah, it goes a long way. And if you don't feel like you're in a position where you can, support financially, that's completely fine too. There are other ways to show your support. Just getting the word out about these tournaments helps a lot as well.
Exactly.
In case you missed it, by the way, Eden just melted the witch.
He did. He also didn't warp out to get 0 insight. So he just killed the summoned creatures. Almost every single other runner would warp out of that fight. Because if you go in there, this was mentioned yesterday, but if you go in there with 0 insight, which requires you to warp out because you get 1 insight for just walking into the arena, then the summoned creatures won't spawn. But he just totally skipped that completely and just he just straight up just killed them in
Whoa.
3 hits.
So Ghost Iframes attacks on Murgo's wet nurse. That's kind of scary. Like she rolled in on one of the attacks, and I feel like most runners would opt to just outspace.
Yeah, definitely. She's getting a lot of damage done with that though.
So these runners are not playing on NG plus; they're playing on NG, just new game.
Regular NG.
And what for those who are far more versed in this, what might be the differences between NG and NG plus for Bloodborne specifically? Or before we even get there, what is NG versus NG plus?
NG plus bosses have, I think the figure is 40% more health. I think that's the figure. So the difference, I feel like the main difference between NG and NG plus would be the early game bosses would be significantly easier, but the late game bosses would be much harder. So let's say Wet Nurse, for example, you're supposed to have plus 10 by this point. Or you have the means to have plus 10 at this point. So she would be harder because she'd have more health and you're using the exact same weapon that you'd be using against her in NG, except she has 40% more health. Gascoigne, you're going to be killing Gascoigne with a plus 10 Soul Cleaver and he's going to die in, 10 hits maybe? So maybe even less than that. So I think, in my opinion, that would be the main difference. I think early game would be way easier and the late game would be a lot harder. That's what I think would be the difference.
Not to mention, like, you've got all the consumables left over from your first playthrough, and that can make a huge difference. You can load up on beast blood pellets and fire paper, bolt paper, all that stuff before going into new NG plus, and those can make a pretty significant difference.
Goes on Ghost just wrapping up Murgo, the wet nurse.
Extremely clean, any percent.
Yeah, very nice.
Easy clap.
Ghost is moving
Easy.
a lot faster than like she used to. I feel like she's sped it up recently.
This is a super interesting. I see her keep swapping between the cleaver and the spear. I don't know what the deal with that is, but
Oh,
So I think one has an arcane gem on it. I think that's the distinction.
Oh,
is she
interesting.
about to? Oh my god. Oh my, jeez. There's like this little moving white blob above her health bar.
It's a penguin.
I thought that was her, because on Bloodborne there's a little mark where your health ends. I thought that was her health going down, and I was like, is she about to die?
oh man.
Eden going up to Marta Ligarius, and Cheeky,
Oh,
I
man.
think, is going to Celestial Emissary soon. Ligarius being...
Iki goes up to Upper Cathedral Ward to grab the badge.
Oh, the badge, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
he
I
marks
see.
out and continues on.
That makes sense.
So we saw that from him yesterday during his playthrough.
So I want to call out a couple of quick donations. So Anonymous with a $5 donation, thank you for that. Ninji with a $10 donation with a comment, the world should burn, but not the kids.
Thank you, Ninji.
Can we
What
say
what a wonderful sentiment.
some people just want to watch the world burn?
This is true. But, keep the kids out of it. They don't
Yeah.
deserve that.
Some people just want to watch the kids get saved. So we had a super clean Logarius fight out of Eden. Just very fast, very clean. He's about to go into Gehrman and Moon.
Gear Moon, as some might say.
Oh,
never
let's
says
not go
Moon
there again.
Moon Gear. Oh boy, this guy has. Oh no! Kimmy just got hit. That guy has been aggroing at some weird times today. Like, I feel like I've seen some weird aggros from the Mikolash fight as far as the puppets and those extra guys go.
Yeah, OG, I'm not sure if you missed that, but Gimme just took a hit too on the Mikolash fight.
I
man.
updated
But,
it. I just
so a puppet just bodied him then, huh?
I gotta remember to
Yeah.
like leave the cells.
It
whenever
wasn't.
I update them.
It wasn't the puppets. It was the weird like statue-looking guys.
Oh, the
One with the
guys
flail?
in between the two phases, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got Eden on Gehrman.
And so Eden is like basically almost done because Eden has Gehrman and then Moon Presence, and that's it.
Yep.
Which goes to show you, I mean, we're only an hour and a half into this.
He's just quick boy.
Gehrman seems to be one of the most technical fights in this particular run.
For sure.
Yeah, one of the things about Gammon as well is the further the fight goes on, the harder it gets too. Because in
Gammon
phase 3, for example, he doesn't stagger as easily as he does in phase 1.
It's got all that hyper on, yeah.
Yeah.
So we may
Oh, he
be
missed the backstab.
seeing our runners go into the DLC.
We may, yeah, very well.
Because all 4 of the runners today went into all got a one-hit run yesterday.
With the exception of Cheeky. Cheeky had 2 hits.
Oh, okay.
He got hit by
Oh, that's right. That's
moon-
right.
the Moon Presence hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. What? I have never seen that strat with Gammon before.
So
Eden-
what
So
exactly
weird
was going
AI
on there? I wasn't fully following exactly because I don't know what people typically do on Gehrman.
It just looked like an AI loop. Like he was
Oh,
hitting him, and then Gammon staggered slightly, turned around, and then he got hit again, so he staggered, so he turned around, and it was a loop like that. I've never seen that before.
And then you get.
I wonder if that's just good RNG or if it's consistent.
It might be RNG dependent, yeah, maybe. Easy Mikolash fight.
Yep.
Oh my God,
I think there's like
terrifying.
3 or 4 different strats that I've seen to like cheese or deal with Mikolash.
Oh yeah, there's many ways.
And he deserves each and every one.
I fully agree with that.
No one can catch him. No one can stop him now.
Oh man, Moon Presence just it makes me clench.
Just
Like,
not to sound salty or anything, but my URL in that little stream elements thing has no space between the end and the little dash. So
Oh, I can
Ah.
fix that. My apologies.
No
Junkie.
How
we
We
dare
One
want
I?
of our
people to
beautiful
go
bastards.
follow the wonderful Cosmic.
No, that's a good point because that does break your URL.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard making like good walls like that though.
GG.
Eden in here with 1 hit. Let's go
One
ahead and
hit.
tell him to go into DLC.
And just get prepared for it since he finished.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And we get some extra DLC content out
That's
of it.
right.
So, yeah.
That's right.
And more of that lovely face. Which I'm sure Josh is looking forward to.
Okay.
I'm what huh?
Huh?
He's too busy looking at Eden's face.
121.48. Oh, that is blazing fast.
Holy cow. Oh, and speaking of speed, to your comment earlier, Josh, that you felt like Ghost was going faster.
Yeah.
So, because of the run she's working on right now, the all content plus DLC plus chalices, which is 52 bosses, if I'm not mistaken. It started out, it was about a 9-hour run, and she, over time, over the past 6 months or so, has cut that down to 6.5 hours.
Wow.
So she's cut out a lot of things and
Crazy.
sped up a lot of different running sections to make that run faster. So she wouldn't have the mental fatigue of doing a 9-hour run every single time she streamed.
To put it into perspective, Dark Souls 2 currently, Dark Souls 2 all content is 41 bosses, and that's longer than how many bosses did you say chalices was?
52, I believe, is everything total.
Yeah. So, and that's the fact that that run is shorter now than Dark Souls 2 all content is crazy.
Wow.
And all content is, when Otts did it, it was 13 hours?
I think it was shorter than. I think it used to be 13 hours, but
Mhm.
after he got hit by Ivory King for the second time, I think he changed his strats a lot, and he bumped the time down a bunch.
Yeah.
Lone Wind's route, which is the route that Hob used, which is no magic. That's like probably the fastest route, I think.
Okay.
That's around. I think that's around 8 hours if you do it semi-quickly.
Wow.
So it's long.
Yeah, and
Very long.
Ghost has hers down where it could be sub 6, like easily probably.
Yeah.
So that's a good question in chat, what the difference between all content and an all bosses is. So, all content typically means, it usually, depending on who is saying it and what community you're a part of, all content can mean the base vanilla game plus DLC. Whereas all bosses just means the base vanilla game plus the additional bosses, the optional bosses. So in this case, how we mean all content is the vanilla game plus the optional bosses.
Yeah.
To be entirely honest, that's I understand how that can be quite tough to understand for some people,
Mm.
because when you think all bosses, you just think all bosses.
Right.
So I understand why that's tough to understand for some people, but I'm not even sure what you would call it, because all vanilla bosses is a bit of a mouthful.
Right.
So
I mean,
Yeah,
there's a couple of different ways that I've referred to it. I've said base game bosses, and
Mhm. Yeah.
it rolls off the tongue a little bit easier than all vanilla bosses.
Mhm.
But you say all content, that implies including the DLC.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a whole mess. I wish we had like a, I wish we had like some easy way to say like, hey, this is what we actually mean.
Right. And the hard part too is different communities will have different meanings for those words. So
Right.
like the Soulsborne community on Twitch means one thing, whereas you might find another community on Reddit or on Twitter that has the same designations, but they mean different things.
Why don't we just copy speedrunners categorization? There's no set categories across game types, which is I think one of
For
the
no hit runs.
for like no hit runs, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Which is why I think there is like the any percent, which is like the base number, like the minimum number of bosses needed
To complete the game.
Yeah. At just it can include that, but like it has to include that, but it can also include however many bosses you want to kill. But you get into all bosses, and we're considering like all vanilla bosses, and then you can consider like all content that includes DLC. They call all bosses no DLC. That's a fair point, Halra. That's a fair point. I would be down to call it that as well. All bosses no DLC.
Yeah, versus all bosses.
But
I think that's fair.
You also run
Just
into
wanna hype
situations
people
where,
up.
due to like all the glitches and stuff, you've got any percent glitchless, or like wrong warps, and that's where it gets like all off the rails.
Man, nobody ever wants to do like the meme categories that I come up with, though. I'm like, I want to do Gale percent runs. Nobody wants to do Gale percent.
How long would it take you to get to Gale?
Well, Gale percent is Udex Gunder, Vort, Crystal Sage, Frida, Demon Princes, then Gale. I think no, then Half-Light, then Gale.
Yeah, Half-Light then Gale.
It's like 9 bosses or something like that.
That is terrifying.
Tell you what, I'll run that if you do Dark Lurker percent in Dark Souls 2, where you fight
God.
Dark Lurker as the first
You
boss.
lost me at Dark Souls 2. Actually, as the first boss, I could probably. We might have it. I might be able to strike a deal with you there, Cosmic.
Dark Lurker is
If
the
it's-
first.
If it's a short run,
Can you
I'll do
do
it.
Dark
It's-
Lurker as the
no.
first boss?
Yep, absolutely.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
You've got to get 1,000,000 soul memory without killing a boss.
Oh
why-
my god.
Can I dupe souls in that game?
Not easily.
What if I dupe them without spending them?
I want to call out
No.
here how quickly Eden's gonna melt through Ludwig.
Yeah, poor
Oh
Luke.
yeah.
For anybody who has ever had issues with Ludwig, yeah, this is another place where I feel inadequate.
Eden's gonna
Yeah.
just show you a masterclass.
It's like 6 R1s.
Yeah.
If you've ever had trouble with Ludwig,
He doesn't
just hit him until he dies.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
my tip.
He doesn't even get more than one attack in phase 2 from Ludwig.
Yeah, once he's finished with the AoE, he's just dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, actually, he doesn't always start the AoE though, does he? He can start with other attacks, I'm pretty sure, unless that's
Be one
position
of the
based.
big ranged one, right?
I think
Yeah.
the AoE is the most likely attack you're going to get from Ludwig in phase 2. But yeah, he can start with a few other attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
no, Mikey. No, I don't
but
want to
yeah.
think about Ludwig at BL4.
Do it. Think about it.
People take months. Months.
Cheeky is also on One Reborn at the moment.
Yeah.
Cheeky is catching up fast because he was the only runner who had a couple early resets
Yeah, he had 2 resets.
this morning.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
Getting it done on Wet Nurse.
hmm
But what? No. Wet Nurse has like 1 HP. 1 HP hero.
One HP in a dream, you could pretty much shoot
Shoot
Wet
him.
Nurse at
Yeah,
this point.
shoot her.
Yeah.
Just shoot her.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
It was the
Okay.
principle of the matter.
No, I would have done that and pointed down. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Be like, just because.
Just because.
So,
Ghost on Emissary as well.
I know. I'm like, I don't know who to focus on
Yeah, it's tough when there's 2 people. in the
because
fight.
these are both going to go fast.
Oh yeah. Emissary is all about just separating the ads from the main guy.
Right.
Really.
Just let the little blueberries follow you around. Look at them. They are actually
Oh
really
my
cute.
god.
I don't want to hurt the little blueberries.
Oh god. Not the children.
I'm
Not
trying-
the children.
You're supposed
no.
to be saving them.
Anakin, what have you done?
So,
So
I have
will
a
this
problem.
little guy always stay in the main arena?
Yeah, he'll never follow you around.
Oh, okay.
He'll backstep and stuff too. He's programmed to like disengage.
Mhm. Ghost with a very stylish jump through the window.
I'm trying to create
I
clips here,
approve.
Twitch. Help me.
Oh, is Twitch being bad again?
It's acting up. I'm about to go through and create VODs. Oh, you know what I can do? I can add markers. Ha!
Ooh, there you go.
I've never used that feature before.
Oh my god. Slash
I've only
marker.
used it once.
OG
I
Junkyard,
can't
if you
even
make me
remember
an
how to use it.
editor,
What was that?
I can slash marker as well.
Ooh, there
I-
you go.
I can
I
just slash marker?
Give me more power. Yeah, you can just type slash marker and it'll put a marker on the VOD.
Josh is getting power hungry.
Can
But
you,
if you want to make me editor, I could just do that too.
how do I gotta do roles? And there's so many things I've gotta do.
Push all the buttons simultaneously, Junkyard.
Okay.
Sorry
well-
to interrupt, but we have Ghost on Abritus at the moment.
Oh, that's a
Thank
great
you for
point.
interrupting.
Let me fix this.
Interrupt that always. I'm sure the people want to hear tech talk rather than
All right.
you know,
Zero
look at
salt.
the
You're good.
bosses. Oh my god.
Oh, you know what?
Oh man,
I just tested it.
that was a clean Abritus.
That was really
Very
good.
very clean.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Also, for everybody who is a moderator in some channel, the new moderator view is live.
Oh, that's right. My goodness.
It's really good actually. It's one of the first times where there's been like a big change on Twitch where I've been like, oh, that's pretty nice.
I like this.
I'm there with you. Like I'm like this is pretty cool, and it's like twitch.tv/moderator/channel name that you're a moderator of, and I'm into it.
Oh my gosh. That
That
sounded like a fun vehicle.
that was just somebody waving
was
That person
around.
doesn't sound like
That was
You're
Cleric
not
Beast
trying to prove
dying.
anything.
Look.
Yeah. Yep. Got the immersive sounds. of
Hey, I
playing.
do what I can over here.
Junkie, you should have a
That's
button.
making
You should have
Cleric.
buttons on your stream deck that just like play boss shrieks.
Oh God.
Which boss has the best shrieks?
I
Oh,
have
gosh.
PTSD from this.
Orphan of
Now, when we
Kos,
say
I'm gonna
best,
say.
when we say best, do we mean like highest quality or do we mean like the most bearable?
I'm not. I don't know actually. I don't know what the definition of best is.
We need a tier list on the shrieks. We've got Orphan of Kos, we've got Cleric Beast, we've got Amelia.
Lawrence.
Oh man.
Also, Eden fighting Twitch chat right now.
What? Oh yeah. Hashtag insert self-deprecation here.
It's tradition at this point.
Oh, I didn't know they put me in the game.
Yeah. Hey, look, Josh, it's you. Pretty sure McRaptor made a joke yesterday about the exact same.
Raptor, if you're in chat, I will never forgive you. We got beef now, McRaptor.
Also, textbook failures. Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? Vegetarian though.
How do
You know,
the
all I
living
wanna
failures
know-
eat?
Okay, who's on what? We got
Oh, bye, Cleric Beast.
Yeah, Cleric Beast is
Cleric
just
Beast. I wish you had more health so that I could actually clip you.
That was like
Well, we got Maria.
80% of his health in one riposte.
It's absolutely insanity, you know.
Becky, can we have just like a reel of all the Cleric Beast fights?
I can't.
It'll
get them.
only be like 15 seconds.
I don't even think it would be that, honestly.
This is gonna be the most like insular reference ever, but like I always want to listen to the song "My Maria" by Brooks and Dunn whenever the Maria fight is going on.
Damn
That
it, Josh, your
screams
Southern.
Texas
That
is
reference,
showing
except
again.
Some Southern people. "My Maria."
All right.
Really nice Maria fight.
Very clean. No weird RNG. Eden yesterday, I don't know if you guys
Total
saw, he
flat.
got a very strange backstab from Maria.
Yeah, she did a weird attack. It was just like
Mhm.
it was just the worst RNG he could have gotten.
Yeah. And he breaks the chair just cuz.
Well,
he hates Maria, so.
let's remind all of the runners whenever they go into DLC, for that they need to do Lawrence last.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, technically, you could do Lawrence second, so.
Yeah, which is what we saw yesterday, which kind of created a problem. We were like, how we can't accurately say we're trying to keep the difficulty the same.
Right.
Yeah, we can't have people doing failures second and Lawrence second, and if two people get hit on that boss, we can't say, oh, but failures is easier, so we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah, we can't
Right.
do that.
Oh man, Eden is still at 0 hits. That's
In the DLC,
definitely-
yeah.
He's at 1 hits total, but you know the DLC is arguably significantly harder than the base game.
Oh yeah. Well,
Has-
and the bosses for sure.
Has he done a no-hit DLC?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Honestly,
In
I would
general,
imagine
yeah.
so.
Yeah, he's got
And-
I believe he has Bloodborne content.
Yes, he does. Yep. And
He's
I
actually
believe
the-
his only hits in his BL4 run are in the DLC.
Yeah,
I
he's
think he-
actually the
Yeah,
first
true.
runner that's done BL4 all vanilla bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Because Moon Presence was thought to be impossible
At
for,
BL4
a
for
long time.
hitless. Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. I don't actually think a damageless BL4 Moon Presence would be possible. I really don't, because
Yeah,
usually
that's a good point.
you'd set up 1 HP for that fight, so if he does do, or she does the 1 HP attack, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what Even
like-
does for Moon Presence for BL4? Do you know?
Yeah, who does that?
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't, because you can't do that in damageless, and there's no real way to avoid that attack at all. So how are you actually going to be able to do that damageless?
That's
the
fair.
only way is you'd have to be able to find more damage somehow, and with how
You'd have to
optimized the fight
stagger
is
that.
already.
Halra has a comment on it. Comer farms gems in DLC to avoid the HP drain
Ooh.
attack on BL4.
That's interesting.
Of course,
Farming
Colma.
gems, though. That's
Colma with the
terrifying.
5 head strats.
We got
Yeah.
an orphan fight on screen.
I know.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's a hit.
Oh no.
All right.
He bailed out of it.
Yep.
I wonder if he's gonna load a save file or something, or if that's just he's calling that his first hit and he's just gonna call it.
I think he might just be calling it.
Orphan.
Still, that's brilliant cost. Like
Yeah.
that's very good.
I mean, congrats to him for getting that far into the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goes on
yeah.
Ghost has basically finished off Witches.
Which is same with Gimme on Amygdala destroyed.
Cool.
So many boss fights. So I have not seen this before. Cheeky is actually on the ground with Mikolash. Oh,
Yeah, this
That
is
is
the other mirror
interesting.
cheat. This is a
I
cool
have.
one.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one. This is really
So
cool.
I think there is a risk of him landing on your head if you get too close.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so we got where is
Nice. GG Cheeky. That was good.
Vroom vroom.
all right, so
So, Ghost going to Ligarius now.
we're gonna pull in Eden in here in just a second.
Man, the runners are all in completely different spots right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool to see how the runs diverge over time. I like it.
Well, it's great in a lot of ways. Eden issue. Thank you for that raid.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for showing your support. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for supporting our good friend Eden, supporting the tournament as well. Eden, you killed it, man.
I mean, not actually killed a man, but figuratively.
Oh no, he. I mean, did you see his Garmin fight? My God.
It was amazing. That was a very clean German fight.
You know what I would love is if
Yeah, what's
whenever
up?
Mr.
you
Eden.
killed Gehrman, if they showed a cutscene where just like Gehrman beheads you, you behead Gehrman.
Cool.
Eden, what's up, dude? How
Eden,
how
hello.
do you feel about the run?
I feel pretty good about this run. Orphan hit was very unfortunate. It's a very rare attack, but the very first dog attack is absolutely my fault. Like that's a strat that I started doing not so long ago. I did it maybe like 3 or 4 times, and like this seems good, and I don't have to wait like for this dog to do the entire rotation and stuff like that. So I found out the sweet spot where I should run through, but this time it didn't work. So that's on me absolutely. I know the safest strat, and I didn't go for it. So.
Does that mean you're going back to the
it's not
drawing board with that one to practice it more, or are you going to tweak it up, or kind of what's the game plan there?
I'm gonna tweak it up, definitely. Because I've seen people successfully doing that. I just don't understand why they do that.
Cool.
So yeah.
Dude,
But yeah,
121 is insanely fast.
Yeah, where does that put you on speedrun.com, Eden?
That's actually faster than my first All Bosses main game. All Bosses PB.
Holy cow.
I mean, that was flying, dude. It was 121 something. I forget exactly what it was.
120. Wait,
like-
wait. I still have Blood One open after my Orphan death. It's 136.
So how
That's
long?
insane.
How long does the DLC normally take you?
20 minutes, I would say. Research hall is super slow. This area sucks. But yeah, rest I usually just zoom through. But yeah, around 15 to 20 minutes.
That's
Research
crazy.
hole, there's just so many enemies you can't run through.
Yeah, no,
Lots of
right.
waiting around, like for the machine gun guy and all that good stuff.
So, Eden, a question came up during your German fight. Where in the last little bit of the fight, you got him kind of AI locked. How did you do that? What was that?
It just happen. It just so happens when he has his sword pulled out, he's not the best at like locking onto you,
Mhm.
and I'm basically looking for it when he's in the sword phase, whatever you can call it.
Mhm.
He will always do attack. He doesn't have like a side attacks, so he will always try to center you and then attack you. He doesn't have like side punishes. He doesn't have back punishes. The best he can do is to dash like do like a half moon and then phase you again. But he cannot do that either way. So sometimes I can get him into this loop that he just turns around and turns around and turns around and it's perfectly safe.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you think that opening comes up for
Uh,
you to do that?
on leveled, not too much. On BL4, I used it a little bit more because
Mhm.
the fight is longer, but it's pretty frequent, I would say.
Okay.
Indeed. Well, I'm gonna interrupt here for a brief second. Ali Coco with a $5 donation with the comments less than 3.
Less
Aw.
than 3 to you as well, Allie. Thank you so much for the donation.
You know what, Allie? You're greater than 3.
Aw.
Did you just call her fat?
Oh God. Sorry. Let me just take my foot out of my mouth for a second here.
Why is it in your? Why have you got your foot in your mouth?
I just really like feet.
God. Oh, Josh,
Jesus,
we should hook you
throughout
up
the
with
entire
Joe.
tournament, we get like so much new lore about Zero Salt's show.
We
First,
do.
he's a cock. Now he's into feet.
Mm-hmm.
What
You know,
else
it's
will
just-
we know about Josh?
It's an experimental phase. What can I say?
He's in his teenage years of the Souls community.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's attracted to e-boys who play
This is
Dark
true.
Souls.
Oh
I
my
mean, to
God,
be
that's
fair,
really-
everybody is attracted
Thanks.
to e-boys who play Dark Souls, so.
Yeah, either way, thank you for having me. I will watch the rest of the tourney.
Of course,
And
of course.
yeah, it was
Eden-
super fun. It was super fun.
Eden,
Thank you for
Yeah,
joining,
thanks.
Eden.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for
great.
participating, and thank you for the raid as well. Greatly appreciate
No
it.
worries. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
All right. So to kind of loop back real fast, other than the fact that I just missed the entire amygdala fight from Goes on Ghost, we are raising money for Save the Children, an organization that's doing COVID-19 relief around the world, primarily helping kids in kind of disadvantaged situations. Maybe they've lost parents. Maybe they don't have the resources available to them to get a proper education while the schools are shut down, that kind of thing. And we greatly appreciate any and all support for that. I'm going to post the donate link here. Ignore the second tweet from Stream Elements. I'm not asking for your money, but Stream Elements is just like, hey, you know what? It'd be great.
Stream Elements flipped the order.
Yeah, flip.
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, use the second
Junkie.
link, not the first link. I will remove my foot from my mouth.
You're getting massively trolled right now.
I know. Eden issue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But once again, thank you for all the support.
Thank you guys. We're almost at $800 raised.
That's insane. Our initial
Completely
goal
blowing
was
our original goal.
$500.
Yeah.
I think McRaptor might need to raise the goal even more.
Indeed, indeed.
I agree.
Especially if we hit $1,000 before we get to that lovely little thing called the Souls for Souls tournament that McRaptor is hosting and GG League is hosting.
You know,
And
I
I
kind of
know-
want to add a little
Mhm.
incentive because yesterday we were talking. There may have been some incriminating words about my feelings about Eden issue, and I'm still lacking a gold sound in my speedruns.
Ah.
Maybe that can make an appearance if we hit a certain gold. Maybe something like 850 or something.
Okay, so let's make this a bit more concrete here. Is
right,
that
all right.
$850 and sound commands being made? What exactly is going on?
So I'm a speedrunner. I speedrun Sekiro, and I don't. So like whenever you get a gold split, so your fastest split, it's kind of tradition to have a little sound clip play. I have a reset sound right now, but I don't have the gold sound, and perhaps we can have some incriminating evidence be played. Anyway,
just a sidebar, Cheeky just wailing on wet nurse at the end there.
Man,
just
nice 90%
absolutely
cheeky.
destroying her.
Very well done. So yeah, $850. I will play an embarrassing clip every single time I gold in Sekiro.
Oh my goodness, guys, pretty please do this, because I watch Josh every morning. And that sounds amazing.
Don't you want to hear McRaptor calling me a cuck every single day?
Every single day.
My reset noise for on live split when I do speedruns is anyone here played God of War 4, the new data boy? He basically just says to his son, "Do not be sorry, be better."
Be
And I
better,
put
yeah.
that as my
That's so good.
that is my reset.
Thanks.
Really.
So wait, how much for what? I think it's $850 to have Zero get called a cuck by McRaptor every time
For my gold sound.
as the gold sound. Nice. Wait. Hold up a second. Shady Dutchy comes in here, drops $9.99 for a donation with the comment,
Oh man.
"Insert evil laugh."
We're at $7.99.99.
That's right,
What have
$7.99.99.
you done? Shady.
But
Dutch-
wait, there's more.
Looks like someone's gonna need to donate 200
A penny?
201 cent. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm missing something here. The Witches of Hemlock. I missed the
Oh
whole
my
thing
God.
already.
They go too quick at this point. Like some of
I
these
think the
optional
time-
bosses just go so quick.
They do.
I
They
think the
go
time
so
for the Scene
fast.
transition takes longer than the fight.
Yeah. We do have Ghost coming into Ligarius here though.
Oh man, Dinos and Guile coming in with a rate of 106. Mein Gott, die Legende Dinos and Guile.
Dankeschön for the raid.
That's about all the German I know as well. It's fine.
OG Junkyard said he was going to teach me German if we reach the $1,000 goal.
Oh man,
Also, wow, Jesus, Ligarius just dead right
Oh.
after the riposte.
So, Ghost does things a little bit differently than a lot of runners that we see. But I feel like she's just deleting some of these bosses that are
Oh,
actually quite
yeah.
difficult.
so
Ligarius deal with 2 attacks that whole fight.
hold up, wait a minute.
Wait a
I'm gonna
gosh
have-
darn second.
I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing this one, but Scrolls with $5 and a penny in the comment. Seeing such an amazing community is really beautiful. Hope one day I will join No Hit Runners too. I still have a lot to work on. Hope that at least this will help. Indeed, it will.
Aw, thank you.
Indeed it will.
Scrox. Thank you very
Scroll
much
check.
for that
Scroll.
donation. Scroll check. Hey, thanks. Good luck with your runs.
Man, I'm so sorry for butchering that name.
I'm offended on behalf of Scroll check.
Are you really?
No, not
Yeah,
really.
Don't I
3
sound
boss
offended?
fights. Cleric Beast is about to die in about
Oh,
half a
wait.
second.
We're going to get this one. I'm going to make it happen.
Oh my god. Are you
We've
gonna
got
get it?
Celestial. We've got Gehrman.
1 hit, 2,
Oh, wrong.
it's on-
Sorry.
and 3.
Close enough.
I'm having such a hard time here.
Okay.
Celestial. She's watching the Gehrman cutscene, so we've got time.
We've got time. All right.
You know, I will say, hits have been very easy to track today.
Yeah, they
we
have
gotta
been,
thank- we
right?
gotta
Mhm.
thank
I mean,
the
if
runners
nobody's
for
getting
that.
hit, then what are we tracking?
Exactly. We're just having a fun time.
Talking about fish and crushes and food.
And Zero Salt Show.
Mostly Zero Salt Show, but
You guys, my name isn't Zero Salt Show anymore. What the hell?
It's zero salt.
Zero Salt.
You
Underscore.
gotta say the underscore too, otherwise.
I don't like the underscores.
You gotta say Zero Salt underscore.
You're an underscore.
Roll what?
Well, doesn't
Oh, yeah, I went there. I did. What are you gonna do about it?
Man, oh man.
I don't know.
Oh no, I made Josh cry. Guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay, guys. It's fine.
It's fine.
tears flow?
Oh, we got
Stay with
dopamine
them.
going in to fight Ebritus.
Yeah.
Let's just watch. Let's watch dopamine.
It's so hard to track like Gammon and Abritus on one screen. It's like, what do we even,
It is.
what do we
I
even
know.
look at?
Oh,
Horror that makes me.
is
feel
that
better,
basically
thank you.
ripping a spine out of his back?
It's something like that.
Yeah,
Something.
We're gonna finish out this
maybe
Gozan
just a
Ghost.
kidney. I think we're just taking a kidney.
Also,
Unethical chiropractics right there.
Gimme is fighting Abritus way differently than I've seen other people.
Ooh,
Yeah,
is he
going for
doing,
the-
like,
the
a
head.
straight up fight.
Head trauma.
He is he's looking specifically for the head slams, I believe. So we saw this yesterday as well. He'll kind of bait out the head slams, and as soon as he gets one, that's when basically the fight is finished. But it
Mhm.
can take a while for the RNG to kick in for a head slam.
It's honestly quite nice because the other strat where basically you hit the tentacle right as it comes into
Mhm.
range is so precise.
Yes, it is.
Takes a fair amount of practice and learning, and it's very easy to mess up.
GG for Ghost as well.
Mm-hmm.
All
Team
right.
Gammon. So she's
Gammon,
marking
or-
out. I'm not sure if she's gonna fight Moon Presence now.
I think she is. I think she just wants to spend the souls.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, blood echoes.
Echoes. Yeah. God.
My bad.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Sorry.
What have you done?
How dare you?
I know.
Excuse
I
me.
try so hard to get this right, and every once in a while I just botch a transition. It's like, man.
That's my favorite cutscene in the game, right there, with Moon Presence,
Presence
floating
one.
down.
It's so beautiful.
Giving you a little sniff.
Mm.
Wait, what?
Just a little sniff.
Just wants a hug. He just wants a cuddle.
Look, Moon Presence just, sniffing goes on Ghost character.
How does it eat? Where does the food go?
I mean, I'm gonna level with you. Moon Presence is looking a little bit skinny. I don't think it eats.
Maybe it just absorbs. It's like a frog. It absorbs the person through its skin.
I don't want to think of that, to be honest.
It feeds off of things by sniffing it.
Pain and suffering.
And
Oh my
suffering.
god, highly edgy.
I mean, doesn't Moon Presence look edgy?
It feeds off of edge.
So this is if Ghost does not get hit with Moon Present.
That's a no-hit base game.
That is a
Yeah,
no-hit
sure.
base game. I
Nope,
don't want to
there-
say a whole
oh,
lot
2
beyond
hits.
that.
Do we count the second one though? may have
No,
been
it's a chain
staggered.
hit actually.
Oh, she actually had movement. She had control of her character.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she could have avoided
I
that
think
second
that's
hit.
two.
We
Yeah.
need to get that clip.
There was quite a long gap between the 2 hits. Oh, that's Caster's curse.
I'm
It's
so
cast as
sorry,
curse.
guys.
We
I
can't-
didn't
It
It wasn't
say
my
a
fault
whole
this
lot.
time.
I was trying not to.
Oh my god. It wasn't my fault.
I was trying not to. I'm sorry, guys. It's bad.
Oh man. Look at
Ghost,
that.
forgive me.
Doofish just being so fast in the
think
clips.
yeah.
All right, so we're doing a quick review.
I think it's possible, Eden. We will never have a tournament without a caster curse.
There's always
Oh,
one.
yep.
There's always one. Because even if we don't say anything, we're still thinking something.
Oh, that's so sad. Poor Ghost.
That's
oh.
painful
Yeah.
as hell.
Moon is just one of those bosses. It can be so sporadic and random sometimes.
I mean, the just the range of the limbs, like they're
Yeah.
flying around.
I don't think I will ever understand this boss's moveset. Like, I honestly, it
Like,
just looks
you
like
guys
he's
think-
swinging some arms.
Like, you guys think that Wet Nurse is a blender? This is the true blender right here.
This really is the true blender.
But Moon Present doesn't have 6 arms that are wielding blades, and it's just got crazy hair.
It's just
True.
having a bad hair day.
That's
You
why
know,
it's
she
so
doesn't have to
mad.
look
Alright.
perfect every day.
I thought
Cheers to
Cheeky
that
was like
combo.
frozen there for a second.
And just like that,
GG
this has
Ghost.
become
Oh,
anyone's
man.
game.
It really has become anyone's game. Because we still have 2 runners going through all bosses.
And they're both at one hit.
And they're both at 1 hit.
We might see a lot more DLC.
Gimme is approaching the end. Not to curse, obviously. Not Caster's curse or anything, but you know.
Just don't say anything. Don't even think about it.
Just don't talk for the rest of the tournament.
Just don't talk. This is now going to be a silent stream with Bloodborne music in the background. And just know that there are
So-
4 casters watching.
As a clarification for Ghost, do we still want her to go into DLC to compete for potential 2nd or 3rd?
If Ghost would like to, sure.
Okay.
I mean, because we don't know what's going to happen. We have Cheeky Blinder, who still has a large chunk of the game remaining. Dopamine has quite a bit less. Is Dopamine through Logarius?
Dopamine is.
Dopamine
it
is
looks like
going
he's
to Logarius, I'm
on.
pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he's on his Logarius split.
Okay. Hold up a second. I missed a couple of
Yeah.
donations. First off, let's have Ghost go into the DLC. Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious! Holy cow, guys! We just reached our goal. Oh my god!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
It was just like that.
This is insane.
You guys are insane. Thank you,
You
so
beautiful,
much.
beautiful humans.
You are beautiful
didn't-
humans.
We weren't sure
Really?
if we were going to make 500.
Yeah. Oh, mega poggers indeed.
And
Okay.
you guys have doubled the goal.
So we need to knock out a few things here. Varu
Both
94
runners.
with a $100 donation. Dinoslav,
Varu
Dinoslav,
94.
Dinoslav. SMZ Corey with a 3760 donation in Japanese. It says go for it, go for it. Varu 94 with a 5740 donation that says Dino's Praise. That brings us up to $1,000.
Oh my god. Guys, you are insane.
That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
That is absolutely amazing. Thank you all so very much.
I think we should stretch the goal out, you know?
I think we need to, just a little bit.
I mean, how far do we stretch it? I can mess with it a little bit.
Maybe another $500?
Yeah? 1,500 maybe?
Yeah?
I've got to figure out where here it is. I found it. We'll make the goal 50. I can't. Don't put me in charge of anything ever. All right, we're gonna punch it out. I can't change it. McRaptor has to.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh, no.
McRaptor. Can we
It's out
summon
of our
McRaptor?
hands.
Can we say McRaptor, please change the goal? They want to raise it. They said $1,500.
We need
If
to
we
get the kids
all-
Lambos.
Save us.
Collectively think about Lambos, will we summon McRaptor?
I think that would summon Faraz, to be honest.
Go big with
I have
2K.
a-
You're probably right.
I have a question about
2K?
Raptor.
think we should go big with 2K?
My goodness.
Oh man,
You guys think-
Arrogance coming in hot with that
Oh my goodness.
that very, very nice $1.99 donation.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
It hasn't even like popped up on my thing. I need to update. Got to reload. Oh, wait, hold. I broke it apparently.
That is a
Oh my
large
God.
goal. That is a large goal.
What have you
Well,
done?
let's do it. Let's do it, guys.
One-
Million.
Shoot for a
Go.
million?
$1 million.
Oh dear lord,
$1
McRaptor, what are you doing?
million.
You can't even see the blue.
I know.
There's no pixel
Monka
blue
frickin'
there.
W, man. All of a sudden.
Let me,
1 million, baby.
check
Let's
my
go.
bank account.
1500.
Oh, Arrogance, thank you for the $1.99 donation with a comment. Top it up.
Oh,
Every
Sticking
little-
tongue out. Is
Little
it
bit
tongue
helps.
face? Like how? What do you refer to that as?
Face with tongue sticking out.
Okay. If every other chatter would donate $1,000, we would be there.
Come on, Elon Musk.
Spanx with a $20 donation. McRaptor, you have been summoned.
Did it
Yeah,
work?
you guys are killing
About
it.
Oh my
to
god.
annihilate Witches of Hemwick.
Come on, Elon Musk. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
So what is? What I wonder what Cheeky was waiting for there.
Did you see
Not
how
sure.
fast that witches was?
Four hits. That
All
was a
of my-
weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what Cheeky was doing there.
I mean, Cheeky was just making witches. Easy mode.
Yeah, he did. He did a weird. I don't know. He waited for something. I'm not sure what he was waiting for.
He waited for
No
the
big
crowd
deal.
to cheer.
So Ghost is
waiting
heading
for-
into the DLC, and it looks like Gimme just sent the elevator down for Ligarius. But
Yeah.
we saw yesterday he had a very, very clean Ligarius fight. It's a little less aggressive than some of the other runners that we have seen today for Ligarius, but it's very consistent and very clean.
I think Hob is a good example of like familiarity is a really big thing in no-hit runs,
Mm-hmm.
and Hob uses strats from like 1875, and they still work. And like Hob, I'm a big fan of it as well. Like Hob is a huge fan of familiarity in no-hit runs, and that's why he doesn't want to change strats. So like, if it's an old strat and it's slow and it works, then
If it ain't
honestly,
broke,
I
don't
don't see a reason to change it. I really don't.
Right. Well, and with no hit runs and any challenge run really in general, you have to do what feels the most comfortable for you. So there are some strats that are faster, are better, are easier, but if you can't pull them off consistently, then it's
Yeah.
not a good strat for you.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of that comes down to I definitely agree to the consistency thing. Like I'm not discounting that at all. I do think it also benefits the runner themselves to periodically take a step back, look at what the newest strats are, and go from there. Holy cow! Halra coming in here with a $478 donation
Oh
with a penny.
my.
And the comment,
Alright.
the comment says,
What have
Halra E,
what have
we're
you
at
done?
1500. Let's do it.
What have you
Pog
done?
and Champerino.
Let's
Halra
stretch that goal.
is-
Let's go. 2K. Let's do
2K,
it.
let's do it. 2K, McRaptor. Change that
At
number.
this rate, at
Set
this
another
rate- at
tweet
this
out.
rate, we're gonna give
That's
the
right.
kids Lambos.
We got to give Lambos. We got to give
For
them
us,
kids
why would
Lambos.
we have-
How else are we gonna do it? We need more. We need a higher goal. Halra, thank you
awe
very much.
right now from all of the generosity of everybody. Like 1,500 is not a small amount of money,
Man, we've had
and
to raise.
everybody pitching in is amazing. Thank you all so much.
Indeed. Every single penny helps. Every dollar helps. Every bit of it helps, and it's going to a really
What
good
is it
cause.
that-
We're trying to
What
save
is
the
it that
children.
$10 can get?
This is the third time we've had to raise the goal. You know that?
Let's make it a fourth. Let's have a fourth time.
Oh, we're going into Logarius.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gimmy's Ligarius fight was very clean yesterday. Watching the cutscene. Oh, maybe not.
What is the boss fight that terrified you the most the first time you encountered it?
Do you mean like
Bloodborne?
horror?
Period.
The one reborn.
Yep.
That
One reborn.
cutscene where it falls out of the hole in the sky. I had to pause the game and step away for a few moments and collect myself before even starting the boss fight. I could not deal with that. That was a
did-
little too much for me.
I don't want to answer that question because it'll become a tournament meme.
Oh, no, you got to answer it.
No,
You
I'm
gotta
not.
After
answer
saying
it.
this,
You have to now that you said something.
Ninja with a $3.50 donation, giggity, but that doesn't distract from Cosmic's comment here. I'm gonna redirect us right back there.
All right, look, I'm just saying that a silhouette of a guy wearing a cage on his head who sounds insane, in an arena that's full of spider webs and eyes.
Uh-huh.
You know, not Mikolash or anything, but it's pretty scary.
Oh, yeah, no, not of course not Mikolash.
No.
You don't
He-
like the weird like orgasm noises?
Oh.
Oh boy, buddy, why do you have that cage on your head? I think there's something else going on in that boss fight that we
Hey.
may not be seeing.
Yo, yeah, Mikolash TV. Yeah, he's the one who scared me the most. His Doom Eternal runs, God, terrifying.
So Gimme is waiting for something. I'm not quite sure what he's waiting for.
Are we counting?
I
how
don't
many?
think he's in a position to shoot the sword right now, and I think the sword expires. So I think he's just waiting for it.
Okay.
Oh, it
I
does.
think.
This is an early phase 2, huh? Like
This is an early
this
phase
is
2, I
very
believe.
Very early, yeah.
Mhm.
So
I would
Speak-
Hunter's Mark out of this personally.
Speaking of early phase 2, I was fighting Yorm the other day in DS3, and after one hit, I got phase 2 of Yorm. I was like, "What?
Ooh,
How does that even work?"
Eden's telling us that we're bad.
All
Yeah, we
casters
were
are
all
wrong. Can I hop in?
Yes, please. We need an expert. It is expert
Yeah,
opinion
that was
time.
phase 2. So he was. I'm gonna make another guess so I can be wrong.
Oh,
Again.
man.
My guess is he wanted to be farther away from the wall.
Zero
Ah.
That,
zero salt show coming in. Zero's no zero space salt, no underscore with a $20 donation in the comment that says hi Eden flushed.
Aww.
As in beat red.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Eden. Hi.
Hi.
Wait, I can't freaking hear you. Give me a second.
Who just fought Ligarius? Was it Cheeky? No.
No, it was the gaming. So what the gaming
Gimme.
was trying to do, with around 25 strength and 50 skill, he's trying to dash. I was explaining that yesterday actually. Chicky I think was doing the same thing. He was trying to dash in and do L1s, and 5 L1s like that will put him right before phase 2. That was not early phase 2. It was just his long range attacks.
Oh, I see.
And then
So
like,
was he waiting? What was he waiting for that time?
he
Then?
was waiting for walking up RNG. He was waiting
Okay.
for him to stop casting this bullshit, and he's waiting for him to like slowly walk up to him, because that means he's gonna do a close range attack, which is really easily. If you're just gonna dash through it, it's really easy to punish. Here you go.
Aha.
Oh my god! Imagine having an expert such as Eden
Imagine.
in the
Imagine.
commentators room.
Apologies if you can hear my keyboard, by the way. I don't know how loud that is.
No,
I
mine's
mean,
the one
like-
that y'all hear all the time.
I just lost my one eardrum, waiting for the other to pop.
Well, I guess I'll just go then.
I don't know. Mechanical keyboards are like they're good.
I
I
actually really
only-
like the sound of keyboards, so I don't know. I'm
I've-
kind of weird like that.
only recently used. I got one a couple of months ago, and I was not used to it. It sounded like I was firing a Gatling gun every time I was typing. I was not used to it.
We
We're
need some of
gonna-
those ASMR key presses.
We're gonna flip
Gimme
over
on
to
Gammon.
Gehrman so that we can make sure we focus on this, because this could be, could
One
need to-
hit base game.
yeah.
Okay, we're not allowed to say anything for the next two bosses except for GG.
That's right.
Forgive
GG. GG.
GG.
GG.
The
Wow, Gimme really is fighting Gehrman right now. Look at that.
Good
look
go.
at that! Wowee!
We're gonna go emote
With
only
both
mode.
sa-
Health is
Saber?
going down. That's good.
We're gonna do emote only mode.
We're just slowly tempting the caster's curse.
That scythe looks quite sharp.
Yeah. He does have bolt paper applied right now, that's for sure.
Mhm.
He's
Those
throwing
knives.
throwing knives as
Yeah.
well.
My goodness.
Wow, he's doing the
Technically.
attack thing.
He's attacking.
Attack.
So
This is
proud of
certainly a
him.
strategy.
Why doesn't he just shoot him? The gun, should kill him.
Okay, we got 2 people on this.
Has anybody ever done
Oh.
a gun only run in Bloodborne? I'm sure it's been
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
It has been done.
I just want somebody to whip out the cannon and be
Oh
like,
my
"Here's
God.
here's 20 bullets
Lewd.
or 12 bullets or whatever it is, whatever ridiculousness it is."
Gun is not as bad as it sounds if you get like really, really good gems. Yeah, I didn't do DLC because fuck that, but I did all bosses base game except Debritus. Gun only, and it's not
My god.
that terrible.
So somebody, Arrogance asked, "Is it possible to enter the DLC without taking damage?"
The answer is
Uh,
yes. But it's omitted in no-hit rules. You have to bait out an enemy to be grabbed by the amygdala's arm. Basically.
Mm.
And the game thinks,
Interesting.
wow, he got grabbed. Let's go to DLC.
That's wait, so the arm just grabs an enemy instead of you?
Yes.
That's sick. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I would love to see that, like actually, like see that performed.
Gimme killed Gehrman.
And is marking out. And we have Cheeky also on Gehrman.
He's doing it earlier. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I think Cheeky was the only one we saw yesterday as well who did Gehrman and Moon, and then the rest of the optional boss.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
Cheeky's
surprised.
doing them like in between some of the optionals.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing it like not as early as possible, but not as late.
And he did Ligarius last, if I remember correctly.
Like
I
Arius
wouldn't be
is
surprised if
often
he
a
gets
fun
the hard bosses out of the way earlier, just to like so he's not thinking about it while he's trying to kill, Ebrietas and Celestial
Mhm.
Emissaries and Amygdala.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did
Or
I?
Amygdala, if that's what you like to hear.
Oh, Amygdala,
man.
have mercy on the poor bastard.
Singa coming in here with the $20 donation says R1 L1 L1 R1 R1 L1 R1 R1 L1 L1 R1 L1.
Oh my god, Singa, you just killed
That's-
Gehrman. Thank
Yeah,
you
that's
so
how kill
much.
everything. So Moon Presence now.
Oh god.
Looks like
punk
a-
ass.
Looks like a cool fight, right?
It's Moon has a lot of tentacles.
What could go wrong?
Let's not get into that. Let's
Oh wait, is that? Oh god.
let's branch
Uh,
away from that.
I
You can see his spine.
Oh yeah, this. Oh god.
Also, Cheeky's Gehrman fight going very, very slowly up there.
Mhm. Cheeky looks like he's trying to bait a certain attack, I think.
I think he's going for parries. Yeah.
He's probably trying to stay away from like the. My guess is he's trying to stay away from the scythe hook pull.
IMO, that's the best attack you can get if you go for
really?
parries. Because all you really need to do is just dodge backwards and just spam the gun, and you'll
Huh.
guaranteed to parry him. Because his next attack is like at the perfect time to parry him after that. I mean, I
I wonder what he's
could be
looking
wrong.
for here.
I mean, Gammon has done nothing in the last 6
Hey.
Yeah,
seconds.
look, he's literally doing nothing.
Just ominously walking.
He's like,
Gammon,
no, I don't
what are
want
you
to.
doing,
I don't want
man?"
to fight you. Come here.
What is it
Oh,
with
there it is.
the end of FromSoft bosses where they just ominously walk towards you?
Yeah, they do. They do.
They try to trick you into
All of them
attacking
do
by
it.
idle walking,
Right.
and then the second you go for an attack, they just nuke you down. It's so rude.
My favorite for that is Ishin.
Oh my god. Sword Saint Ishin first phase is the most intimidating end boss fight I think I've ever been in.
It's my favorite one too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gale looks like
Oh.
nothing in comparison to
Dopamine
Sword
Oh
got
Saint.
hit.
no, Cheeky got hit.
Dopamine also got hit.
Wait, did Cheeky
Oh my
get hit?
God.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
they both did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Cheeky got hit by the scythe, and I think Dopamine got a side slash from Moon.
I feel like Dopamine was in the same problem that Ghost was in, where he was up against the wall too much and he couldn't see what was going on.
Yes, that's what happens. Very unfortunate
Amazing
for
arena,
both
by
of
the
them.
way. Can we
Best
talk about
arena.
how great this arena is?
Can we delete this arena?
There we go, Dopamine. 2 hits.
Mhm.
Not bad at all.
And Ghost is in
GG
Living
Dopamine.
Failures right now, doing a wonderful job.
Hey, look, it's me.
All right, so I walk away and then come back and 2 people got hit.
Yeah.
Why weren't you
Again,
paying
cast
attention?
the scars, dude.
This is a caster's curse. You have
Yeah,
to
when
pay
he said something
attention.
that wasn't GG.
I went to the bathroom.
Should have hold.
Did
I
we
had been
get
holding it for an hour.
clips of those hits from anybody?
I've been adding markers as fast as I possibly can.
Okay, let me see if I can go in. I can grab gimmies if Josh, you maybe want to grab cheekies. And I
I'm
can go
sorry,
through
I
the VOD.
was messaging Gimme and just
Oh.
didn't hear any of that.
Bio break
Do you want to
is a
grab one of the
mistake.
hits and I can grab the other?
That's
Yeah,
right.
sure. You want dopamine or cheeky?
I'll grab dopamine.
Okie dokie.
All right.
And Gammon and Moon, like the two just it's like those bosses are where runs go to die, and it's amazing. I mean, it's not amazing. It's just incredible that they're like at the last part of the game. Like you can spend, an hour and a half, 2 hours going through the game, and then Moon Presence just nukes
Yeah.
your run.
Also, about grabbing dopamine. Dopamine, yeah, you know what dopamine is?
Yeah.
No, what? Can you explain that, Cosmic? Anyway, how about these casters? We got Cosmic Born here with, just doing an incredible job. We got Burnout Pixie doing just wonderful. We got OG Junkyard cursing players by going to the bathroom, and then there's me with the scuffed name right now. Wowee.
I've got to fix.
Wowie.
I've got to fix the casters now. Zero Salt. Thank you very much for changing your name.
You're welcome.
Mid
do it.
tournament.
It's the least I could do.
So, I've actually seen this from Ghost before, but she is using Augur of Abritus to parry.
To get the backstabs.
Yeah.
I think it's faster than an R2.
Whoa, what is she?
Wow,
She just
She
doesn't want
bailed.
to deal with phase 3 at all. She just marched straight out of there as soon as she went phase 3.
I'm watching Cheeky's Garamon fight again, and I'm losing my mind at the fact that Garamon is just walking and doing nothing.
All right. Ghost boned out of the Lady Maria fight.
Yep.
Yeah, she got a really good phase 1 and 2, and then I think she might have boned out because Maria backstepped before she went phase 3, so she wasn't close enough to deal any damage. So she just warped straight out.
Cool.
Sorry about the background noise.
But you know what I have to do in regards to all this stuff is I have to like go in and fix stuff. Gotta make sure everything's correct. Oh no, dear Lord. No, wait. Did I break anything on your side?
Everything appears to be fixed, or at least not currently broken.
Boy.
Indeed.
Okay, never mind. Let me see if I can.
Oh my God, is that Borker? Borker GH, the young talent on Team Hitless?
Borker Pog. That's what I wanted. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Maria shooting Ghost 4 times in a row and
Just
missing.
going for the kill shot. Maria's doing
Oh,
her best
no.
Eking impression.
Did Ghost get hit?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maria.
Good to know.
So that is Ghost's PB for the DLC.
Okay. Was that third boss?
Yes.
The amount of hits in the DLC doesn't matter beatdown, I'm pretty sure, unless 2 runners. Do they have to play the whole DLC?
They don't have to. They can just go to their distance.
And
Right,
then
okay.
it's time to distance, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ghost is opting to hang out in phase 2 here. Seems like she just wants Maria down.
Thank you.
Honestly, I love everything about the Maria fight except the lingering hitboxes. Oh my god, they
Yeah.
frustrate me so much.
I kind of wish that like it was the exact
Mario
same
fight can eat my
exact
ass.
same-
It's so bad. You guys don't realize how bad this fight is. Whenever I hear someone praising this fight, I just cringe so hard.
I want it to be the same fight, just with no lingering hitboxes and no like delayed hitboxes.
I agree. Yeah.
There we go.
From what I've heard, for the Maria fight is phase 1 is nearly perfect. Phase 2 is Phase 3
Phase 3
really
is
sucks.
garbage.
Yeah,
Phase 3
phase 3 is garbage.
garbage.
Yeah.
It's because it's the fire. The fire has such a long lingering hitbox.
Yeah.
Like I'll dodge to the left and I'll get hit like a second in a second after she's finished. It's like, really? How?
She's hot though, so like there's that.
I mean, there is that. I'm okay with that.
I mean, come on, Orphan of Kos. I mean,
Oh, baby.
Baby.
Can I get some lewds in chat for
quite
the
literally
orphan?
a baby.
Pretty
Yeah.
please.
Okay. Monka. Monka toss.
What are we trying to?
Nothing.
Oh, what?
Nothing at all.
Am I talking out loud again?
I'm just.
you gotta work on that, Pixie. You gotta work on not talking out loud.
I know.
There's a weird thing about Orphan of Kos in the cutscene. Before the cutscene ends, you can hear him crying, but like the first second of that crying actually sounds like a baby, and then the rest sounds like an
You're
old man.
right. What's that about? Dude, I hate that cutscene. Oh, I hate that cutscene.
It's great.
It's so gross, man.
what's
It's
not
as
to like
gross
about it?
as One Reborn.
All right.
Are
Now
you
we gotta-
saying a skeleton baby coming out of a sack holding his mother's placenta is disgusting?
You know, when you put it that way, that
Umbilical
does sound ridiculous.
So think about it, because it's not quite the placenta; it's the umbilical cord. So if you look at that, And
It's
then
the
you
shrimp.
think about what you have to eat to get moon present. Just think about that for a second.
You
Just
don't
a second.
eat them. You crush them, don't you?
Nah,
No,
you
you
I'm
eat
pretty
them.
sure you eat them.
The umbilical cords?
Yes.
Yeah.
You eat them.
Nom nom nom.
I could have sworn you crushed them. Oh,
Oh
God.
no, you need some tasty protein there, bud.
Yeah, you slurp it right up.
Well, I'm never fighting moon presents again.
That's hard.
I'm sorry.
Flushed.
Flushed. Maybe you guys don't eat them, but
Yeah, I'm sure you just crushed them in your hand. I'm sure you do.
and then you eat them.
And then you eat them.
You're just cracking the hard, rigid outside so you can.
You know, the blood inside is just like so stale. You just have to crush it, and then it's like you have this mushy umbilical cord, and you just stuff it all up, dude.
Oh, interesting. You ingest the umbilical cords per corpse medicine upon which the game is based.
Wowee.
It says you consume.
True.
I'm adamant. I'm searching a video. I'm absolutely
Go look up. I'm sure Vadi has a video on this.
Yeah, go ask Vadi.
Yeah, probably. Can't wait to find out I'm wrong.
Can we get like item description text?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have no idea where the fourth umbilical cord is in this game, and I have played hundreds of hours. I
So
do not know where the fourth one is.
my first
It's
playthrough,
from-
I got
Oh,
all
go
four
ahead.
of them. Just
You
saying.
get one
Googled it.
from the prostitute that you save in Cathedral Ward.
Oh, yeah, I've never done that.
She gets like if you follow her quest line, she gets impregnated like halfway through, and then she dies, and on her corpse you find the umbilical cord. Ariana,
Right.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I always just get the three everyone usually gets.
I mean, it literally says like she's a prostitute in the game.
Yeah,
That's not just. I feel bad saying that out loud, but it's actually the truth.
Actually, I believe the correct term is an escort.
Oh,
or
sorry.
a
That's
lady
my
of the
bad.
night.
A lady of the night.
Oh man, we're getting a cost fight.
Oh boy.
Be excited.
I think
So
you should play some
Cheeky
shrieks.
is finished with main game, I believe.
No, he's got Ebriatus and Amygdala still.
Oh, okay.
On OnlyFans win. What?
And
No.
Celestial Emissaries.
You know, guys, you can call a jack and call a spade, but you can always call a prostitute a lady. 'Cause it never hurts to be polite. You know?
Aw, Cosmic, that's so sweet of you.
Did you forget the
Definitely
other
didn't
night
Google
part?
that. Definitely
Always
didn't.
count.
Oh no, straight from the brain.
The only B word I would call a woman is beautiful.
Aw,
Oh.
Eden. Oh
Because
my
bitches
goodness.
love to be called beautiful.
Bitches do love to be called beautiful.
Ah.
What about male prostitutes?
Same.
Aren't they just
What
e-boys?
would you call
So
me?
that's
I
every
mean-
male.
Yeah.
It's just every guy, pretty much. So, Ghost
Maybe I
actually
should have been
inviting
paying
Phase
people
2
this entire
costs.
time.
Ghost is like, I'm gonna flex on Orphan.
Yeah.
First fights Miko in the cage. Now this.
Ghost is like, let's dance in the water. How far out in the water can you go?
You
Pretty
can go.
far, but there is an invisible wall.
Yeah,
I definitely died to it before.
I think she's almost up against the wall, like where Orphan is.
Oh, so it's not just like a drop off like it is in every other.
Nah, nah.
Oh, that would be
No,
hilarious
yeah.
if it was just it was an end.
I just assumed it would drop off and you just fall to your death.
Oh, the lightning in this phase is so cool.
Cheeky's
like we
going
need to
into
play some
Celestial
Orphan
Emissary.
Shrieks.
I think we're gonna see costs ended pretty quickly.
This is my favorite boss in this game, Cos. I really love this fight.
Cos is so satisfying to learn too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But the
we
thing
can
is,
get
like,
follow-up.
it's so difficult, but it never feels unfair, which is like my biggest hate about a lot of fights sometimes. Is they can feel unfair. And I don't think Koss ever feels unfair.
I
No,
feel
he's
like-
not unfair, but he can break really easily.
Yeah. I feel like the further you go through the games in order, so starting from like Demon Souls all the way through Sekiro, the bosses feel more fair the longer, like the further you get into the game progression.
Half-Life.
Oh
Oh
god, fuck.
god.
I don't want to think about that. We don't talk about that. It doesn't
What's
Half-Life
exist.
isn't a real boss. You can
I
you can
I
throw
only know
poop at-
staff lights.
Yeah, exactly.
STF.
So Cheeky Blinder just blazing through Celestial Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we got a brightest now as well.
I think he also does the slow Ebby strat, the one where you
Wait
just
for
kinda,
the head slam.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like a very consistent strat.
What is the most botched way you can say a brightest?
Hmm.
I
I
can
mean,
say it
there's a
in
clip
Polish
of me
if you
saying
want.
a very botched version of it yesterday.
Wait, Junkie, how do you say it?
I used to say a brightest.
Yeah, that's the way. That's it right there.
A
Well, I
brightest.
say- I say a brightest because that's how they say it in the game.
I say Abriatus.
I don't really think. I don't know.
We got any linguists
We
in
know.
the chat?
Linguist.
I mean, kind
mean,
of.
Well, me.
just saying what they say in the game,
He is.
I mean, I'm literally a linguist from my.
Uh-huh. By the way,
Don't ask
you're
me.
graduating
Me
soon,
smart.
aren't you?
Wait, sorry, Pixie.
Are you graduating soon?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Covered. Thanks, dude.
As far as things go.
Mhm.
Well, here's the
I
real
mean,
important
yeah,
question.
if-
Do y'all say
If everything's gonna go right, I should, but well, we'll see.
Good
Hell
luck on
yeah.
that.
hell yeah? Guys, Eden's a literal 5-head.
He is.
Dude, listen. If a moron like me can get a master's degree, literally anyone can get it. Just saying.
So Ghost is done, right? No,
Yeah.
Ghost is
She
Lawrence.
is. I think she's going to Larry.
Larry
Larry.
Little Larry.
the cable guy.
Because of my accent, the way I pronounce very few but very specific words is apparently very weird to people.
Like what?
I was about to say I cannot name one off the top of my head, but I have heard people like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
I have it all the
Like,
time.
deeply
Like
offended.
I have like this weird American/British accent because that's what I was learning in
Mm.
university, and people were like, "Could you repeat sometimes?"
Yeah.
What the hell? And I'm like, fucking Americans.
Eden, I love your accent, dude. No
Hey.
lie.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Josh.
No. Gimme got hit by a freaking magic missile.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
no.
Oh, he
by the
tried
way,
to
yeah.
mark out.
Yeah.
So that is
it's
Gimme
unfortunate.
PB
That's
for
its distance, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
for the DLC.
I guess he just didn't see that the failure was doing the magic
Mhm.
attack.
No, the magic attack is actually assigned to mark out. Some people prefer to do it, but either he did it too slow or he didn't expect it to get hit in the back. I would just run past the tree and
Yeah, I would
get
have done
knocked
that.
out.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me link a video of a dude of the guy at the very start of the game saying it in Bloodborne. Ritus, I mean, sorry.
Okay, so as a reminder, we're not going to do a post-run interview with Dopamine as he's asked not to.
Yeah, it's fine.
GG though, dopamine. Well
Indeed.
done.
Yeah, very good.
So
Okay.
now
All right.
looks like Ghost is going towards good old Lawrence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
And we got one more
And
boss from
Yeah,
Cheeky
Cheeky's on final
Blinders.
boss here. 2-hit run.
So, and as a reminder, Cheeky still needs to go into the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He
Did Cheeky
so
ever like actually run DLC?
What was that?
I was wondering because I mean I don't watch a lot of his streams. I think he took a break recently, but I'm not sure if he was ever running DLC. I knew he got his all boss maybe like a month ago, maybe like 2.
Just melted that health bar. Holy cow.
Yep.
He- Did Cheeky go into the
Nice.
DLC yesterday? I don't remember.
No,
Um,
no.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh my god, have you guys seen what
Yeah.
happened there?
I saw that. Yeah, he got lifted in the air and did a plunging
Yeah.
attack. Oh no. So is he done Ligarius, or has he still got to kill Ligarius?
I think you already
No,
did.
he's done Ligarius.
He killed
Amygdala was
Ligarius,
the
didn't
last
he?
one.
So he's done then?
Yep.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
he'll need to go into the DLC at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Gimmy's distance is the boss. Yes, the
Can we
boss
get-
because he's doing Lawrence early.
Can we get a time check for Cheeky? Yeah, so right now, distance is Eden Issue made it to Orphan, 4th boss. And then Ghost with 2 hits made it to 3rd boss. Gimme Dopamine made with 2 hits made it to the Living Failures, which is 2nd boss, and Cheeky has not yet started. Eden, as of right now, is the tournament winner.
GG Eden. Yay.
Congrats, Eden. Hell of a
Indeed.
run, man.
It was a hell of a run.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Only
For me, it's kind of
only
anticlimactic because I feel like I didn't play my best, but it always feels bad whenever you're like, oh, this round was shit, and then you win because someone did even worse, and like that's not the best feeling, you know?
We're good on Cheeky if somebody wants to tell him. I've got the time.
It's just so much more different running. I mean, I haven't done it yet, but like I know what the difference will be in running, because you've basically got one chance, right? Like once you're locked into a run, there's so much more pressure because you
Yeah.
can't just reset.
Mhm.
So and things happen pretty much every single run. That's why no hit runs are so rare and so spontaneous. And like that's
And
just
it's really interesting too, because like some runners thrive off of that pressure, and other runners like kind of crack a little bit. Like be really, really, really difficult.
yeah.
I definitely do. Like when I got hit by this dog, I was pissed. It's like there's no fucking way.
But you kept it together. Like it didn't. I couldn't see any tilt going on. You know.
Actually, someone DM'd me after the run and asked, like, someone DM'd me during the after the run, and he's like, and she was like, "Did I annoy you?" And I'm like, "No, why? Because you didn't say hi, and I got scared. I was so focused, I didn't even notice."
No.
And I said sorry.
Cheeky Blinder, thank you for the host.
Cheeky, thank you so much for running.
All done as well. So
Indeed.
2 hits in the main game for Ghost, 1 hit PB for Ghost and DLC.
Yep.
And,
that's
Cheeky,
everybody,
if
right?
you'd like to get in here for some post game interview, you're absolutely welcome to. Just feel free to pop in at your leisure.
Indeed. Cheeky, you're more welcome to come in for a post game interview. And Ghost is done as well, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get us back to the main scene here. Well, actually, no, we're gonna start pulling up clips. Today was actually really, I think, really exciting. And where is my replay scene? Am I blind? I'm blind. No, I'm not blind.
All right.
GG,
let's
everybody.
grab
Really, thank you
Cheeky
to all the
Blinder in here.
runners.
Yeah, good runs all around. Very good.
Yo, Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Cheeky,
GG,
welcome in.
dude.
GG, man.
GG.
Thank you.
Let me level your audio. Let's also pull Ghost in here, but we're going to start with Cheeky. Cheeky, go ahead and talk for a little bit, and let me level your audio.
Let me close the stream as well. Yeah.
I should need to bump you up a little bit. All right, go for it again.
Cheeky, how do you feel about your run overall?
I feel really great about the result. I had such a rough run today. I mean, it started already like really rough for me. The first hit on Gascoigne was a little meme, in my opinion, and then I got shot on the ladder. So yeah, I really pulled myself together, to get past Gascoigne. I don't know, it was such a rough run, and yeah, I'm happy I finished with 2 hits.
Indeed. I mean, it's a very good run, and these runs are not easy. Is there any particular thing that you thought was kind of you got hung up on in your run or anything like that, Cheeky?
What do you mean?
Just like, was there anything that you struggled with, like in this finals run, or did you feel like it was a pretty smooth sailing thing?
No, not at all. Not at all. It was really a mental challenge as well, I think, today.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and you're up against the greatest runners in Bloodborne. I mean, so it's tough. And then all those bosses, those heavyweights like Gurmit and Moon, they scare the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Especially when Gehrman does nothing but walk towards you for 4 minutes.
Oh my god,
man.
that took so long, man. I was losing it during that fight, and I was sure I pressed circle on that, but yeah, whatever. I took a hit, and I don't really care.
Yeah, no worries. Well, congrats on your run once again.
Thank you guys,
and thank you so much for participating in the tournament and making it to the finals.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had a blast. What did the other runners do? I don't know nothing about.
Yeah. We'll get around to that in just a second. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Ghost as a post-run interview. Ghost, welcome in.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hello, Ghost.
How do you feel about your run?
I'm pissed as hell about that moon presence.
I
That
can
was-
imagine.
Yeah,
That was
so
obscene.
sad.
So what do you think happened, Ghost?
Usually you can just dodge and run, but I'm wondering if the elevation made it not happen, or it was just happened to be a time where you couldn't run away. I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind
The
of
hint
like up against
surprised
the
me.
wall, so you couldn't like run straight away from her. Maybe, I don't know if that has any impact
Yeah.
on that.
Couldn't run straight, couldn't really see her either. I couldn't really see what she was doing.
And we saw another hit very similar from Gimme as well.
Yeah.
From Moon Present. So it was kind of interesting to see 2 of the same hits from Moon today.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, Ghost, thank you so much for running. It was an honor to have you. You put on a really great show.
Thank
We really
you.
liked some of the strats you did, particularly like fighting Miko in the cage and.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, fighting Miko in the cage is probably the highlight of the finals for me. It was so good to see that.
Indeed. We're gonna quickly announce like the standings. As of right now, the standings are Eden Issue in first, Goes on Ghost in second, Gimme Dopamine in third, and Cheeky in fourth. And so we're gonna start checking clips now, if y'all want to stick around. But I do want to take a quick moment to talk about 2 separate things before we get into the clips. One thing is that we are raising money for Save the Children, which is part of United Way. And this is as part of the Souls for Souls COVID-19 relief tournament charity drive. And Save the Children is an organization that, in this case, and what we're raising money for here, is providing resources and support to disadvantaged children who are particularly impacted by COVID-19, where they've lost caregivers or they're out of they're not able to get the proper schooling that they need in regards to the schools being locked down, or due to like not being able to go to school and stuff like that, they aren't able to actually like get the food that they need to actually eat. So this provides a lot of resources around that and those types of things. So any money that can be donated is greatly appreciated and goes towards that wonderful organization. And it'll be one of the 2 links that is about to be posted by Stream Elements. It's the first link. Don't click the second link. I don't want your money. I'm not asking for your money. I want you to take your money and donate it to the kids. Just want to call it out there. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about is we're going to flip over and go to this. I'm going to quickly turn off the charity banner. We are going to be running another tournament in the future. It's called Sen's Game. It's a Dark Souls 1 any % no-hit tournament, but it's not your normal Dark Souls no-hit tournament. It is a challenge run tournament. We're going to be tossing in challenges at various points to the runners. So there'll be a set of challenges for like qualifiers. If we have a semifinals, there'll be a separate set of challenges for that. And then there'll be a set of challenges for the finals. And these challenges are not easy. If you want to stay on top of that, please make sure and follow this channel and also Zero Salt underscores channel and both of our Twitter feeds to learn more about that and keep on top of that if you want to see that tournament whenever it happens on May 16th and 17th.